under the Most High, because you got to understand, we're all accountable to the Most High first. So as long as you're doing what you have to do according to the Most High, because you are obligated to Yah, you keeping his laws according to him and his laws that he got according to you as your gender, as the female that he created, male and female created he, them. You are his creation. You are his daughter. You are his. So once you're doing that according to Yah, then you're accountable to him. And as long as your husband is doing it according to Yah, then he's accountable to you. So he ain't going to disrespect you. He ain't going to do nothing wrong to you because he's keeping Yah's laws, right? So now both of y'all are keeping Torah under Yah, right? Guess what? Your house is in order. When NWA, when they bought the gangster rap, before that, it was Poor Righteous Teachers, King Asiatic, Rakim Allah. We teach it. KRS-One, you must learn the original name of Black. He was teaching. He said Jacob had 12 sons, for real. And these are the children of Israel. Little baby. They reduced the kings and queens. They reduced the children of Israel to little baby. So I'm going to make the man that all this next generation look up to and ascertain to be is a little baby. You are not a man. You are a little baby. And we're going to give you millions and millions of dollars and power. And you got gold. And he about it. He'll bust his gun. He about the life. But his name is Little Baby. Understand something. And Lil Turk, and Lil Jerk, and Lil TT, and Lil young Joshua over there. No, he know what I'm talking about. But now he's getting the science behind it. He's going to show how it started. So I'm going to give NWA hip hop a record to show you kill, kill, kill. I'm going to replace all of the New York rap. Every New York rapper who is teaching knowledge, understanding, who's teaching stop self-destruction, who's teaching stop crime, stop fighting, you all lose your record deals. We're going to flood the radio with kill, 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 murder black man, I would kill you. That's now with the rap. I got a 4-5 stuck to your neck, stick it to your head and blow your brains on the sidewalk. Oh, I'm going to do this to you. I got 2 shells, one on the name, one on the left, one on the right. You got cop like the aim, side, gun to the side. Like, I got to write that crap all day.
Shalom, YAHSHAREL. This is the second half of a 6.5-hour Bible study that we did on Tuesday. So I didn't want to upload a whole 6.5-hour video. I'll probably be doing it later on after you guys watch the 2 pieces. I split it in half. So I'll upload the whole 6.5 hours because it just flows all the way through, but that's very long. So this is the second part, the end part. And then tomorrow I will upload the first part. So just to give you context, shalom.
Elder, teacher, I remember when you opened it up for the newcomers to introduce themselves, but my good friend that we spoke about, she's on, she has to get off, but she's back now. So I don't know if we still have time for that. Can she introduce herself?
Yes, which one is that? Tashay? Praise Yah. Yes, absolutely. Shalom, Tashay.
Okay, so really briefly, guys, once Uncle Yeshua releases the podcast to you guys, her testimony is up there. More than likely, she's going to be on again with us next Tuesday. She's been watching the videos and everything like that, and she's so one of us. That's why I wanted you guys to meet her and hear her, but she might be having some technical difficulties. Okay, so please, guys, her name is Tashay Poland. Her testimony is up there, so that way y'all get kind of more of a feel of who she is as she joins us, if she joins. Welcome, Tashay.
Welcome. There she go. Yep, we hear you now.
Right.
Shalom.
Shalom, everyone.
Shalom. And Bad Yashem, your testimony, very, very powerful. Very powerful. Yeah, I would like to, I'm going to share it on the channel as well.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm going to share it on the channel because it's a very powerful testimony. Others are saved by our testimonies. That's why Yah gives it to us. So welcome. We're so welcome to have you here. Welcome. And I guess you can watch, when it's played back, you can watch all the stuff that you missed. So you can see, you know what I mean?
Right.
What this, because there was a lot of good stuff that we did so far. And yes, thank you so much for being here. And you're welcome anytime. This is your home. And as you watch it back, you'll be able to see, you know, I'm sure you probably watched some, so you can see the love, ahava, which is ahava in Hebrew is love. You can see the love we have for one another, you know what I mean? And for you as well. So yes, we welcome you and we want to be able to build you up into the daughter of Yah, who your purpose and is in your life, your walk, and who you are come under Yah, because we all have a purpose that we're sent here for. And everybody wants to search their purpose. And that's what Yah is doing for all of us.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. This is the one she said when she saw me with my blue hair. She said, sis, I'm so glad you wrapped up. I'm so glad you covered. She said, when I saw you with them blue braids on Facebook, I wanted to say something to you. She said, but I ain't saying that. And I just was like, get her, y'all. Y'all got me.
Praise Yah. That's right. I got more understanding. That's right. She's been awakened for a minute. Yeah. That's right. She got power under her. Okay, go ahead, Tasha. Okay, welcome home. Now, that's a different tone I'm talking, because I just remember from the testimony. See, remember, we had different places, and we had different places, you're held to different, to much is given, much is required. So that's why sometimes you'll see me talk differently to different people from where they're at. You know what I mean?
Right.
You meet people where they're at. So now I got a little bit more understanding. Oh, that's why I'm talking to you like a baby. You ain't no baby no more. She ain't no baby. Go ahead, praise Yah.
I've been in this for 3 years. I don't think that's a baby.
No, that's not a baby. Praise Yah. And I'm glad you got on about that blue hair. Praise Yah. That's right. Get that blue stuff out your head, girl, you queen. Praise Yah. Welcome, Tasha. Okay, thank you. See, different spirit I'm talking to now, you see? Because now I know, yes, welcome. And we look forward to having you here and anything that you can share. You know what I mean? Hey, we look forward to it. Just this is an open platform. You are home, Occulti. You know what I mean? It's free. It's freedom here. You know? This ain't Uncle Yahshua's Truth TV. This is Mashiach's assembly. Those are two different things. This is our assembly.
Thank you.
All right. Praise Yah. You're welcome. Okay. Praise Yah. Welcome, Tasha. Well, all y'all, welcome, Tasha.
Shalom.
Oh, shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, sister.
I know y'all getting a little tired. I've been going long. Okay. I'm going to try to go through this quickly. So, how to raise children set apart. I'm going to jump, since we on it. Should I go into it? Yeah, I got to.
Just
Let's
do what
do
the
it.
Rock says.
Thank
Just
you,
going
Ari.
down the list.
Thank you, Ari. Thank you. Absolutely. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Ari, so much. Yep, I'm sitting there and I'm saying like, yep, do what he says. Okay, next is this video. Okay, watch this video, guys. Okay, demon time, raising our children. Oh, here we go. Let me share my screen. We're about to watch this. I don't know who this sister is. She has a head wrap. I don't think she's in the awakening. Remember, you got to be able to eat the meat and spit out the bones. So as y'all brought me, I've never seen this. Y'all brought this. That's what he'll do here and do something with it. So I'm like, okay. So what I watch is so powerful that the sister is like, you see what the title is? This is how Black women emasculate their men for fun. They hate when sisters call them out. You know what I mean? But what she showed was powerful. And it's tying into demon time, raising your children, and what he got's coming next. So let's watch a little bit of this. And then I'm going to give y'all, all of y'all are going to share what y'all think about this. Let's go.
My perspective. So this is how Black women emasculate their husbands for fun. I'm going to go ahead and share a video with you of Eva Marcille and her husband. And then I'm going to be back with my perspective as to what was wrong with this. So let me go ahead, share my screen with you guys, and then we can take a look.
What are you doing?
I'm going to meet Dre.
Where you going?
To meet Dre.
Dre don't need these shoes. Dre do not need to see any of these shoes. Let me see this side up. Mike, where you going?
Don't embarrass me in front of all your fans.
Mike. Sterling, where you going?
I'm just going to meet Dre. I don't want no problems.
Dre need these shoes? You got
dressed.
No. You did not just get dressed.
I'm sure Dre don't give.
Why did you just put on these shoes?
Because I want to look. I'm stepping at the house.
For Dre?
We gotta represent you and our family well. I'm on your side.
Meanwhile, I'm over here in a Woodstock t-shirt and some distressed joggers and some Uggs with my husband's face on it. And he walking out this bitch like Dapper Dan. Mike, don't you be trying to, Mike.
It's hot as fuck out here.
You going, are you staying in the house or you going out?
It's hot.
You got on some out shoes. Where you going?
Before she give
Okay.
commentary, I'm gonna give a little bit. I wanna
Did
point out
you
certain
just-
things.
Adam,
Listen? I'm gonna point out a few things.
what are you doing?
I want to meet Drake.
Where you going?
To meet Drake.
Dre don't need these shoes. Dre do not need to see any of these shoes. Let me see this item. Mike, where you going?
Come on, babe. Don't embarrass me in front of all your fans.
Did y'all hear that? He said, please don't embarrass me in front of all of your fans. This is Eva Marcel. She was America's Next Top Model. So she's a powerful woman. So she's emasculating this man in front of millions of fans. You heard his response? He said, please don't embarrass me in front of all of your fans. Listen.
Mike, Sterling, where you going?
I'm just going to meet Drake. I don't want no problems.
I don't want no problems. Reverse this, guys. If you see a man doing this to a woman and you watch her reactions, you know she's been abused. Y'all see, that's an abused puppy. He literally like, you know, the men with a little fake laugh, like, I don't want no problems. Like, he's like, please don't embarrass me in front of your fans. Listen to what else he said.
Dre need these shoes? You got
dressed.
you no. You did not just get dressed.
I'm sure Drake don't give.
Why did you just put on these shoes?
Because I want to look. I'm stepping out the house. I want
For Dre?
nice. We gotta represent you and our family well.
I have to represent you and our family well. Because remember, she's a star. You're like, I have to represent you. I'm sure there's been plenty times that he's been taught that you need to represent me well. I'm quite sure there's been a time they probably gone to some type of event and said, take that off. Put this on. You need to represent me well. Let's read some of these comments. The man said, and it's from a woman, the man said, I don't want any problems. This is the first time she's berated him. There's nothing funny or cute about this at all. That's a woman. Another woman. The same chicks on here talking about she was just playing are the same ones that do the same mess and are so confused as to why they can't keep a man. Another woman. The right response for her to say would be, King, you look so good, baby. Yes. Now that's a real wife. If he had responded like a man with a spine, she would have never posted this video. That's absolutely true. That is absolutely true. She was talking to him like he was a little boy. That wasn't a joke. She was trying to clown him. I'm mad that he sat back and took it. The brother Thriller said, I'm mad that he sat back and took it. Absolutely not.
But also, you know, she came from an abusive,
so you know about it.
Yes, her daughter, daddy used to beat her a lot.
I didn't till they start saying this in this comment.
Yeah.
They said, yeah, they said, somebody said, yeah, but you was complaining about what that man did to you, and look what you doing to this man.
Exactly. Exactly.
I didn't even know that about her. Okay, let's go to a little more. Let me tell you ladies a secret. Okay, this is a woman. Let me tell you ladies a secret. When you argue, nag, and try to embarrass us, oh, this is a man, us, we become unattracted to you. We become unattracted to you all. It causes us to question the relationship because you're putting yourself in the position of our enemy and not our lover. Remember, these people in the world. Mike, where you going? The correct response, to see a divorce lawyer. That's funny. Again, I know that was funny. Again, the internet is one of the worst things to have happened to the Black community. Absolutely. Here we go. I dated a woman, we'll probably stop here. I dated a woman who I brought along meeting up with my mother and my sister. It was her first time meeting them. She started acting just like this. Her little jokes became annoying. I told her to chill. Then she started taking jabs at me, claiming she was just joking. When I told her she was out of line, my mother and sister were looking surprised and scared. They knew I didn't play all that mess. I pulled her to the side and had a few words. She just doubled down. So I cut that meeting short and dropped her ASS off for good. After cussing her out, some fool later said she was probably just nervous. I said, BS, she was trying to belittle and show dominance around the other females. Low-key diss jokes are reserved to only my sister, but at a minimum. And am sure not in public. Chick tried to call me several times later, okay? Most sisters always do this. Dated one, whenever she was on the phone with her friends or when we were around family or friends, she always wanted to act all masculine and talk to me in a condescending tone, even though she tries to do it subtly. At first, I ignored it until I realized it was always reoccurring. I dumped her not too long after. You are really exposing these sisters. Keep the good work going. She was talking to him the way a mother talks at her boy. Yep. She would have, there we go. That's the one. She would have never done that to her first child's father, though. She was all on social media crying about how he was abusive to her and how he don't care for his child. But she has a good man now, and this is how she treats him. Some women are so undeserving. Okay, we can stop there.
Can I say something? That's why women need to be healed before they move into another relationship. Actually, anybody. That's why you need to heal first before you get into a relationship.
Praise Yah. Go ahead. Anybody else can add in? Yep.
I was just going to say the same thing. So thank you for bringing that out.
Yep. I was going to say that same thing too. Go ahead. You can go ahead.
Just from personal experience. So when I watched this video, at first I didn't know what to think. I know who she is because I grew up in the early, 2000s. I was a teenager at that time. So I watched her whole season and I didn't, anyway, so I know who she is. I know how she can kind of be, at least on TV, how she's perceived in that way. So I'm not surprised. But in my own personal experience, I've had that kind of like psychological trauma with people talking down to me, people I was supposed to be in a relationship or situationship with. And I did find myself doing that to people who I didn't care about. So they wanted to be with me. I didn't care about them, but because I was hurt, I didn't mind hurting them. And it wasn't until y'all called me, made me sit still, that I realized that, just as I was hurt, I probably hurt some people along the way, and I needed to just sit still and not date. And that's why, for almost the last 4 years, I've been single and just keeping in the word, trying to become the best version of myself and heal, just like Anaya said, because otherwise, it's that age-old saying, hurt people, hurt people.
There you go. That's what I was going to say. Hurt people, hurt people. Praise you that you were able to receive that. No, I need to heal first. Because, and that's a great point, Ari. See, what happens is when you don't care or really about the other person, you go into an abusive state. You literally replay what was done to you and transfer it. Some people do it to their children. They literally do it. Mothers do it to their daughters. Fathers do it to their sons. You ever see the mother who come here, you little itch ray, and call her names, curse this little girl, 10 years old, talking to her like, my goodness, cursing her out, calling her hoes, and fathers do it to the son. You little punk, you ain't this and that, and be ready to punch him in his chest. And it's like abuse. Hurt people, hurt people. That's why we're called to heal. If anybody else want to add, you can add.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to add on to that. I was just having a conversation with a good friend of mine about the same thing. Now I'm going to keep it on the eye. I don't know if you guys know, but I married in 2009, 8 or 9. And it's been break up, get back, break up, get back. So the last time we were separated for about 3 years, and we both were with other people. So with me, I was convicted, right? Because I'm like, no, I'm not moving right. I didn't want to be back in that marriage, but I didn't want to be living in fornication, living in sin. So I kind of was like, you know what? I'm just going to take my marriage back because this is righteous, and the Most High will work it out. And so, whatever. But instead of just allowing myself to be loved by Yah, I attached myself to a person, back into a relationship, saying, oh, it's righteous to be back in that. We have to be careful who we have friendships with.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? So I have attached myself to something that only Yahuwah can burn me out of at this point. So what I want to say is just don't be so eager to be with someone. Be with them, especially if you've already been, you know what that's like. You've been in a relationship. Be with your father, for he knows what you have need of. Okay, so I hope that helps somebody. Believe it or not, it's helping me right now.
Yes.
Okay, just be still and allow Yah to be your husband.
Yes.
Yes.
And a lot of y'all are going through it. See, all of y'all, y'all don't know that I know all of y'all's story. So guys, a lot of your sisters that are here with y'all are going through that exact thing.
Yes.
They're with, and
I will attest to that.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I am going, I'm with my husband is not into this. He is Dominican, and he is into the Santeria. He worships the ancestors. So, and he's got a lot of demonic spirits where they're really attacking him badly because he talks to himself all the time. So the demons just tearing his head up. And so I'm at a place where I have to, but the thing about it is if you don't, everybody knows Yah does not like divorce. So my husband, he's never cheated on me. He loves me. He wants to stay. So it's like, it's no grounds for a divorcement, but he's still here. And it's like, and so I don't know. I don't even know how to go any further with it. It's just that I understand that hurt people, but I know, like, he say something to me, I start screaming, hollering, and yelling. I get all out of character, and it's just not a good thing because my shalom is not there a lot of times. The only reason why I'm able to talk freely now, he lets me do what I want to do, but in order to discuss this is because he's at work. He hasn't gotten home yet. He gets off at 1 o'clock in the morning. So, but just for any sisters, if you can, just take your time, let the Most High, and just be cautious because, the enemy will send, if you're seeking to design that mate, he'll send a counterfeit first.
Woo.
He'll send somebody to come in there and you think it's the one that the Most High sent for you, and you have no idea. You'll be caught up in, and that's the same thing what happened with me and him. I thought it was because I had been praying and asking Most High to send me this person, and he sent it to everything that I wanted. It was sent to the T. But it turned out to be a counterfeit. So just be careful.
Yep.
That's it. I'll digress.
He's sending that counterfeit to bind you up and waste your time, to actually get you out of your shalom. So that's what it's doing to you and by Yah. I told you, y'all in the same place, the same demons inhabiting both of y'all husbands. It got y'all leaving y'all shalom, and it didn't have y'all start to yell and curse and argue, and you leave y'all's bosom. And you're like, this demon is sent to make me, remove me from the Father.
Yes.
So you have to ground yourself in Yah, and that's what I'm doing for both of y'all. And the other, for y'all, because y'all got the same exact demons over both of y'all husbands. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to get y'all back grounded to be able to stand in shalom. Like Anaya said, I need to stand in the place of Yah and don't allow him to have the power.
Hallelujah.
Praise
I would like
God.
to, I'm sorry.
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
No. I want to say to y'all guys, you can, y'all don't have to raise your hand. You can kind of, once I get a stopping point, just add in. It's fine. Because I don't want to miss y'all by raising your hands. I might not see it. Go ahead, Adnan.
This is a very decisive plan by the enemy. And I have to take it back to the 50s, where the 50s, 60s, and 70s, where they took the men out the household and they established the welfare system. And when they put that into place, that gave, and it's nothing against you sisters, but that gave women leverage to where they had their foot on a man's neck because he couldn't stay in the home. He was basically out of the home. And then if he wanted to, he couldn't get a job. And when he tried to get back into the home in order for her to keep her place and take care of her kids, she could not have this man there. So she had a sense of oneness within herself, and men lost their rightful position. Mm-hmm. And so we are at that point right now trying to gain our rightful position back. But with the enemy, the way he's operating through our women, it's kind of a hard thing. And we just saw that in that video. And that's all I want to share. But this goes back farther than we can just actually see at this point.
Praise Yah. Koti Sabrina, I'm going to call on you next. I want to just add on to what he said, and then I'm going to call on you next. Don't forget what you want to say. Yes, Brian. And for those who don't know, they implemented that in the 50s. Okay. And that's when they brought the feminist movement as well. So this was all a ploy, a design to destroy the Black family, what you call the Hebrew family, right? So what they did was, I think it was World War II, it was that war that everyone went to, right? And so when the men went to this war, the women used to be home. Remember, our Black families were home. The women were home raising the children, and the man's was home. The man went out and worked, and the women were home raising the children. That's what, if you go back and you watch the Black Wall Street, right? Tulsa, Oklahoma, when they show the videos, look at them. The women dressed Kadesh, meaning they weren't showing nobody. The men wore suits. The men went home. But they'll lie to you and tell you that we had a problem with our women. We didn't have a problem with our women. It was the other nations had a problem with their women. It was the Gentile white nations who had a problem with their woman. They were subjugating their woman. Our women weren't subjugated. That's where the feminist movement started, their woman. So what happened was when they did the war, all the men went to the war, and what the government did, they did a brilliant plan. Sorry, I don't mean what Hasatan did. Thank you. Put it in its proper perspective. He did a brilliant plan, and he said, what we gonna do, since all the men are out to the war, we're gonna open up these factory jobs with all the men that would have come for war. They would have had jobs waiting for them when they came home. But what the Hasatan did, which was brilliant, he said, what we gonna do while these men are out to war, we're gonna open the workforce up to the women, and we're gonna send women to all these factories, and we're going to give them jobs. So they're going to leave their homes. They're going to leave the children. And we're going to set up something called daycare. And the women are going to give these children over to us, the beast system. Remember, he knows the beginning from the end. He knows what plan he's about to do. He's just implementing it now. So the women took these jobs, which were the men's jobs. They replaced the men while the men were overseas at work. And they started working in the factories. And they started making something called money. And they start gaining something called independence. Independent woman, does it sound familiar, guys? So now, as the men are away for about a year or months, the women are gaining something called independence. They're working and they're making money and they're coming home and they're buying the groceries and they're picking up the kids and they started providing for themselves. I don't need a man. Does this sound familiar, guys? Okay. So you about to find out the inception of this demon, okay? Hasatan. So thank you, Akbar, for bringing that out. So the men are out, right? They're at war. They don't know nothing. Think about this. The men are overseas. They're fighting. They don't even know this is going on back home, okay? They don't know that jobs have been taken. They don't know. So the woman now gains this independence. And remember, it went on for so long. Now think about this, guys. And y'all know, women, y'all very smart. Think about this. When you do something for a long period of time, it becomes your new normal. It becomes what you're used to doing. So when someone tries to back and turn you back to what you used to be, you don't want that no more. You are a new person. You got a new thing. I learned something I never knew before. I like it being out of the house. I like it being able to do what I need to do and go where I don't gotta raise kids. You see what I mean? I don't gotta be what they call stuck home raising these kids, which is what Yah created us for. See, you see how it slips away from what Yah created into what Hasatan wants to create? So now the war ends. The men come home, have no jobs. All their jobs has been filled by women in the workforce. And they have no woman at home either. The kids haven't been raised by their mother anymore. The kids are in the beast system. The woman is out at work. They come home and they're like, what is going on? And guess what? The jobs has been taken. Now check this out. This is the brilliant part of Hasatan. It was all implemented for the children of Yasharel. But you gotta understand, he's gonna affect everybody to dwindle it down to the real core of what he want to do it for, who he really want to affect, but he's going to make it affect everybody at first. So even the white military came home and their jobs was taken. But what happens is, so now remember, you got different classes of people. You got different classes of white Gentiles too. So the lower white Gentiles is what you came to see as trailer park and all of that, the ones with the problems. And then the higher white Gentiles, they actually started to give out corporate positions. And remember, they had a thing called redlining where they gave them free housing, where they gave them free, they started to give them free stipends and free housing and free. They started to give them, when they say pick yourself up by the bootstraps, they gave them boots.
Oh, that is crazy you brought that up, because I was talking to my boss about this today. I just watched the Curses documentary, and he brought up the Black Wall Street, and he brought up redlining. He told me all of that stuff. That's crazy.
Wow. Who this? Josiah?
No, it's Mitch. It's Mitch. Sorry.
Oh, that's Mitch. Okay. I can't see you. Now I see you. Okay, yeah. Mitch. Praise Yah.
Hallelujah. That's crazy.
Hallelujah. Absolutely. So what happened was, so now the other white Gentiles who they chose to allow, they started to take corporate positions, right? And they gave them corporate positions, but then they kept the women working. Now that causes problem in the white household too, because that white Gentile came home and his children ain't being raised by the mother no more. This is where the feminist movement started from. Listen up, guys. Listen closely. So that white Gentile who came home, he started to fight his woman. Because he like, absolutely not. You need to get your butt back from that warehouse, back from that assembly line, back from that job, and get back into this house with my children. And she said, absolutely not. I want freedom and independence, feminist movements. That had nothing to do with us. Check it out. This is really good. I wasn't even bringing this out. Y'all did this. He brought Akbar. I'm going to get Sabrina. He brought Akbar to bring that out today. I had no idea that this lesson was going to be taught. Let me continue. So their woman started to protest. They wanted to keep their job. They wanted to keep that. And so that causes division between that white family, the upper white class. The lower white class, who became the so-called trailer trash, started having problems because their men couldn't get a job either, so they started drinking, right? Their problems away and doing drugs. And they started beating the wives because the wives were still working. And so they started that's the chaos in the white trailer park community called trailer trash or rednecks or whatever, right? That's what that started happening. But what you think happened to the children of Israel? Remember, if this is happening to the upper middle class whites, and then I was happening to the lower middle class whites, what do you think was happening to the children of Israel? They came home and their wives had the jobs. They can't get no jobs, point blank, period. They have no way of making a means of income, but they gave the jobs to the daughters of Zion. And they told these daughters of Zion, we will give you this job. We will give you something called welfare. We will give you money. We will give you something called food stipends, what they turn to food stamps. We will give you food. We will give you housing. We will give you a job. We'll give you free care. Do y'all know what this is? We'll give you all these things. And the only requirement we have for you to have all these things is you cannot have a man in your household. They did that to us. They did not tell the other Gentiles that they can't have a man in their household. You understand that? They told the Black woman, you cannot have a man in your household. Now remember, she got used to this independence and this money and this power. So when this man comes home from the war, when this man comes home and he's kind of shell-shocked and all that, so he don't got no job, and now she has what? Authority. And you know our women could get haughty with outstretched necks. You know they can be power tripping. You know they can start talking to you. What did you just watch? Y'all is tying this up. Y'all see how he's tying this up? I didn't know this was coming. I just wasn't even part of it. Okay? You see what we just watched. So what happened? She's in the power authority, Eva. And look how she treat the man. So when that man came home, the woman was in the power authority. You know what she said? This is my house. You understand that? This is my house. And if you, and what she had to do, you got to go. She used to hide the man in a closet. Do you know the men had to hide in a closet? That's where that comes from. He had to hide in a closet when the system came to snoop around to make sure you got to hide. You can't live here. You can't have your stuff here. You got to creep in the back door and creep out the back door. You need to run and hide. This is my house and I got your baby. And I'm going to keep walking. And what did that do? That emasculated the man. And what did he do? A man out of his natural element is going to turn to demons. That's where they started drinking. And so what did they do? They started pushing heroin. They started pushing drugs, alcohol, liquor stores on every corner.
Yep.
You understand? We're going to sedate him. Praise y'all. I know, y'all seeing it. We're going to sedate him. Now he's going to get caught up on drugs and then he's going to come home. He's going to, this is my family. Now she loses respect for him. Do you understand? Now I have no respect for you. Now I'm going to belittle you. Now you ain't even a man. You're a shell of a man. I don't need no man. I'm the mother and the father. Go ahead, Batya.
Okay. Whew. So, first of all, I want to say, I told you, when me and my husband get into it, I talk to him crazy. I remember saying the other day that my household wouldn't change with or without him here, right? So now with everything that's been said on the line tonight, there's an area that I do want to deal with to whereas, okay, so whatever household my husband was raised in, right? And whatever he learned from that marriage, because his parents are still together, taught him that this is the way you maintain a relationship. So the beginning of our relationship, straight from the gate, he was already abusive. And because I grew up in the hood and my grandmother, she done put a couple husbands away, literally. I kind of was like, well, you want to fight me, I'm gonna fight you back. We're gonna be together, but we still gonna be fighting. So years of that went on. And when I came and I was already like in the Bible and going to Christian church and stuff like that. 2016, something changed in me. And I'm just like, I don't want this for us. I don't want this for me. We both got to do better. So now it kind of feels like, I don't know, like my back was up against a wall because I awakened into the truth and he didn't. Now there's an accountability on me because I know the word and I know how I'm supposed to behave. And I don't always behave that way. Okay. And to say, oh, well, it's because, the government will provide for me if he leaves. It's not fair in a way because it's like, oh, well, you own the house because welfare is going to pay for you, but they're going to, give you food stamps or whatever. And I'm just trying to free myself from abuse.
Praise God. So it's a way out, and I'll be helping you with it because we products of what was done to us. This thing that was implemented. Yes, Planned Parenthood, exactly. Feminist movement, all of that. I'm just seeing the chat now. Yes, we are products of that. So that's why our men and women are still scarred and still like, it's a lot, guys. It's a lot that we have to clean up, a lot that we have to bring to the forefront to get some healing. That's the whole point what Ari and them was saying, like you have to heal yourself before you move into a new relationship. We have to heal as a nation. We haven't healed from slavery. We haven't healed from Jim Crow. We haven't healed from none of the stuff that they did to us. They just released us and still continue to torture us and think we're supposed to be healed. Talking about pick yourself up for some bootstraps and we ain't got no boots. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. So it's showing you the process. That's why we are in the state that we are in today. That's why our children are feminine. I mean, our women are masculine. Okay. That's why our women have taken on masculinity because they've been put into the role as the man. And the men have taken on femininity because they've been emasculated. They've literally been castrated. They literally said, you got to understand who the children of Israel are. We're going to take these mighty kings of Yah, these warriors, and we're going to reduce them down to these little effeminized, at first we weren't effeminate, it was alcoholic, drunks, drug addicts to try to find a way to deal with all that's going on. And that was part of the curses too. That was part of the curses that was put on our head. But we're called to come up under it because the curses have been removed. The 400-year prophecy is up. It's time for us to come up under it. We have the ability to do it. They didn't have the ability to do it. They had to live it out. They were very unfortunate. They couldn't get freed from it. They had to live it out. Okay, yes, our young men are turned. Yes, exactly. So because of this plan is that he implemented, this is the product. This is the fruit from that tree that he planted. You understand? And the fruit is what's falling to the ground. And it's our children being turned from boy is a girl and a girl is a boy. And this one is just kissing this one. And this one is this one. Everybody's out of Torah. And then our houses are upside down. The women are work. Remember something. They gave the women jobs. They gave the women degrees. The #1 college graduate was a Black woman for a long time. The #1 college graduate in the world was the Black woman. They gave you corporate job. They said, we need the Black woman with us. Remember Hasatan, he said, this is my wife. You're going to put that man out. You belong to me. I'm your daddy. The government is your daddy. I'm going to give you money, food, clothing, shelter. You're going to come to me for everything you need. And then when you have a baby, your baby is mine. So this man, you're going to sell him into slavery for this baby called child support. And he can't even pay it because we ain't even going to give him a job. We ain't going to give him the ability to do it. And now we're going to get to lock him up for just having a baby, for we are created with you. And we're going to pay you for having the baby. And every year you get to write a baby off on your and get a big lump, and you're going to get food, and you're going to get shelter, and you're going to get all of this, but you need to send him to the beast. You need to sell him into slavery. You need to castrate him. You don't need him. We are your daddy. You are authority. You, the matter of fact, we're going to tell you that you are God. I don't need no man. I'm the mother and father. The Black woman is God. Who are you? And we're going to make you smart. We're going to give you degrees. We're going to give you jobs. We're going to give you opportunities. We're going to have you as the smartest thing in the world. He's dumb. He's ignorant. He can't get an education. He can't do it. Why don't you pull yourself up like the other nations? Now, yeah, you see the wisdom? No, we ain't going to tell you that the other nations got everything given to them. You understand? That they got stuff advanced and they got everything set up for them. They gave them houses and in the 60s and in the 50s, they gave them all free houses and gave them these low interest loans and just give you the house to get to prepare. That's how suburban America was started. You understand? But they put us in the project, which I just saw, I showed and broke down a little bit. They built projects and stacked us up on top of each other for the experiment they did with the rats and everything. So y'all don't know how deep this is, how far this goes. This destruction, I'm going to get to both of y'all. Keep your hands up, Sabrina and Ari. This destruction that they did to us is psychological, physical, spiritual, everything. They destroyed our women and destroyed our men. So now the men are feminized, the women are men, and the men are women. So that's that video that we just saw. That's the total emasculation. So after I let them two talk, I'm going to continue, and it ties in. Y'all about to see, y'all's tying this in. Y'all about to see something today. Go ahead, Ari, we got to let Sabrina, that she had her hand up for the longest. Sabrina, I'm so sorry, and I hope you can remember what you wanted to say. If you're still there, I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, praise you.
Okay. Now, I have a different view on that. Coming from the Caribbean, we were taught by our parents to respect the man. So what they used to do, the father, then the brothers. So even the brothers came before the mothers and sisters. So it was the father first, then the brother. So my older brother could have given me a whipping when I misbehaved. And I dare not go and complain to mommy or granny. I grew up with my grandmother. Or I would have got the other whipping. So this is what has been missing in the society. It's like you were not taught to respect the men. When I remember like cooking, they would take out the men food first. First, they would take out the father food, then the brothers and so on. They always put the male first. And that's what missed it. I have noticed, like, I had friends from California, and the man was saying to me, it's like the men, they had no rights in America. It's like a woman could lie on a man, and she would look at the football players and all those that, I mean, come on, they lied, and they have no consequences.
Nothing happens.
They just get away.
Yeah, nothing happens.
Nothing happens because they were not taught from a tender age to respect the men. No, when I was growing up, a woman dare not speak to a man that way. Sorry to say, he might have called it abuse, but she would not have teeth in her mouth probably. They did not play with this nonsense. So I think it's because of the upbringing of the family system, and you made a good point, some good points with you know, they're taking out the fathers from the home and the welfare, and it was all a plan to have mass incarceration, because we see how they put drugs in the crack in the Black community, and then mass incarceration, and it's free labor, because that's slavery in the term, that is modern day slavery. Because the more you have in the prison, look at who runs the prison. Is the big corporation, the banks and the wealthy people who own the prison. So it's a form of slavery. So all of this was done to get the man to get free labor for their own, you know, for the wealth, to build on the wealth.
For their kingdom.
Yes, to build up their kingdom. That's a good word. To build up their kingdom. So I'm looking at it that you know, we have a saying, charity begins at home. If you instill in your daughters at a very tender age, listen, this is the way that Yah has it. The man is the head of the home after Christ, and then the woman. This would not happen, but it's just like, as you said, I am my own woman, I'm my own boss, and many homes, they do not, when you hear how the children speak to the fathers or even the mothers, there is no respect. It's a lack of respect. And this is something you could not have found when I was growing up in a Caribbean home.
Yes.
So I really believe this is the breakdown of society, because look at how they have done with the slaves, right? They would take the strongest slave and really abuse him in front of everybody to break the spirit of the others. But at the same time, the others did not, a lot of them still rebel. Because why? They knew what they had to do. They were taught from an early age, this is what we have to do. So I believe this is what have to get back into the home from a very tender age. Train up a child in the way he should grow. And when he is old, he would not depart from that way. So now if I train my son, to my daughter, to go through that same system of honor. Honor is the word. You have to honor. And then, we are going to be in the will of Yah.
Yes. Praise Yah. You said it all, sister. That's exactly everything that's the whole point of this whole lesson. That's why he brought that out. That's why he played the first video. That's why he structured, that's why he had Brian bring out that, so I can start going down that to bring that out, because I did not have that planned. I wasn't even a part of it. But that's what it's all for. It's all a design. And the end design, and Ari, I got you coming. The end design of it all is to destroy the house of Israel and build their kingdom, to keep us out of covenant. Because if the woman don't respect the man, that's out Torah. If the children don't respect and honor the mother and father, that's out of Torah. If everything, then they put swine into our home, and then they did everything. Then they changed our dress. They did us slowly, subtly, but surely. Our destruction, yes, by Yah, our destruction was planned and perpetrated and strategically implemented, masterfully and wickedly implemented. And we were suffering from the curses, so we kind of was in the catch-22. So we kind of had to go through it no matter what. But don't anymore. That's what this message is for. It's time to come out of her. It's time to wake up. It's time to step back into your true positions, who you truly are. Come back to Yah's covenant and let Babylon go. Give her back her demons, give her back her cultures and traditions and her ways. Go ahead, Ari.
I think it goes on to exactly what you were saying, but what I was going to say is we know how they devised the system. We know how Hashatan worked to destroy us, destroy the nuclear family, destroy the Black man, destroy the Black woman. But where I'm at now, I'm working on, okay, so the curses have been lifted for those of us who have eyes to see, ears to hear, who have heeded the call, right?
Yes.
So this is a time when we can heal. So as I was watching that video, I was thinking about my own experiences. And in particular, I was thinking about how in my own household, my dad, he's a great guy. He's a unicorn. And
praise Yah.
Other people, they put on comparison, but I did not know that because, I had such a good upbringing until I got outside into the world.
To experience others.
And I experienced, I was like, I don't know what this is. But it made me really angry. And in particular, it made me angry with Black men, because young Black boys and Black teenagers were the first to make me feel ugly and unwanted and disrespect me to my face. So I was angry for a long time. And it wasn't until recently that I started going into my memory bank and started trying to decompress that anger and heal, because I want to love my brother. And that's not to say like all, because, you know, I've had very good Black male figures in my life, in my family, and even friends. But still, there's some other ones that really left scars, you know, on my heart. So for me, the thing is, now we know the plan that was devised. We know how it was implemented. We know how it played out, because we're all a product of how that played out in our lives in every generation, my generation, yours, and our grandfathers, grandmothers. But now we have this opportunity to heal. And what we need to do, I think, is we need to unharden our hearts against one another, unharden the Black man's heart against the Black woman and the Black woman's heart against the Black man before we can do anything. Because we can go over the whole respect, disrespect things, but I know for me in my household, I obey my dad, and he rarely had to physically discipline me or my sisters. That was kind of my mom's thing, but he is a gentle authority presence. So I respect him, and I will fight somebody over my dad, you know, and I would be willing to do that for my own husband whenever that time comes. But he has to respect me just as much as I have to respect him. That make any sense?
Absolutely, 100%. And so you are in a special place because you are one of the fortunate ones to actually have a loving mother and father in the home. So you got to have a certain level of healing that most didn't. So when you went out into the world, those scarred little boys start to scar you. So what happens is you left the safety and the shalom of your bet. Aleph, bet is B, it's the house. That Aleph was Andre sitting in front of that bet, protecting your home. So if we were able to be our community and our rightful land, you would have never experienced that, because those little boys wouldn't have been scarred and traumatized to be able to abuse you like that. They wouldn't have had the trauma to attack their sister. They would have had the shalom to be little kings as they're raised as little kings, to be able to shalom, sister, and treat you with respect and honor. So you wouldn't have got the scars that when you left the safety of your bet, of your home, that when you went into this demonic world, you would have been protected. But instead you were attacked because you stepped into hell. And you were attacked by little demons, because the demons on those little boys. And they want to destroy the shalom that was instilled in you, to turn you bitter, to turn you to not like your own. See, it's the same divide and conquer, but this one's in the spiritual realm. You see what I mean? It's all Hasatan. So he knows individually who we are and where we're at. So he wanted to destroy little Ari, so little Ari can look and be like, I don't even like these NIGGAs. You understand? I ain't even one of them, because I don't even come from that. I come from, they made me feel, that's trauma and scars. And you're 100% correct. That's what we're doing right now. We're trying to bring healing to one another. But it starts with, you have to expose where the sore is. You have to show me the sore so that I can put some ointment and put the medication. I can heal the sore, but I have to see it first. The problem is we got a sore, we don't even know it's there. So it's sitting there and it's what? Growing and putrefying and turn to cancerous and will consume the whole body. We are the body. You understand? So that's what it is. But you have to identify the sore so that we can start to address it, put dressing on it to start to heal it. And that's exactly what this lesson is. I did not know this is where this was going. I had no idea this was turning into this. And wait till y'all see where it's about to end up. It's going to be a mind blowing where it's about to end up. But I see what he's doing is starting the healing process. That's what this is.
I'm going to add a little something real quick.
Yes.
It ties in so perfectly. So my daughter, after a nap earlier today, she comes in the room. She had 3 specific dreams, but there's one that's just sticking out to me right now. She said, in the dream, it was me, her father, and her brother. It was the 4 of us. And she said meteors were coming to the earth. And she said it was so scary or whatever. She said everybody needed to take shelter. She said, but everybody around us was just partying and trying to have fun because it was the end of the world or whatever. She said, so first we were outside, she said, and then we came to a place, it was like a 4-bedroom house. And she said, when we got in the house, it was like the room she always wanted, but there was a few clothes on the floor. She said, because nobody had lived in it. So it was like a little mess on the floor. She said, but then when she went out of the room, she said, I realized, mommy, that the whole house was messy, right? She said, you were sitting in the living room, daddy was in the bedroom, and me and Joshua were in our rooms, and the house was messy. So I caught a few things out of that. And as we're on here, earlier I was saying, you know, the Most High is saying, get my house in order, okay? These are the end times. Everybody is worrying about the wrong thing. And this is from my 11-year-old daughter. She's just like, I gotta tell you this dream. And as I'm just listening to everything, and you know, my heart is really heavy because not only just because he's my husband, I don't want to see him, you know, going into Sheol and then in Gehenna. I don't want to see that for anybody, but what has happened is we've become so angry with the Black man that we wanted to protect us, that we wanted to be our leaders, our heads, our father figures, and they came and they pretty much destroyed us, and it's caused a plaque, a hardening in our hearts. So then when you have some women, like the ministry that our elder is going to address, you know, Black man this, Black man that, Black man this, let's call it as it is, the demons, Hasatan, the seed of Esau that has gotten in the hearts of our men, and now got us looking at our men crazy. So, you know, and then now we're looked at as Jezebels also, because now, you know, we have to run our households. So a lot of times when our men are drunken or drug addicted or whatever, we feel you don't have no authority in here to say anything. And now it's like we're raising our kids. You don't have to listen to dad. It's crazy. Yeah. It's all chaotic, but right now, where we are, like our elder said, we're in the healing process. We're understanding where this issue and where this problem started, right? But as daughters of Sarah, and I'm putting this on the eye, we're accountable for what comes out of here, how we behave, because our kids are watching us. So whatever our personal issues is with our you know, our men or our husbands or whatever, we got to take it to the Most High the way Sarah did, because if not, we'll be insubordinate and we'll be getting checked because now we react in a certain way.
I got to jump on because you just open that up right where it's going. Yes. So what happened is, now remember, we went back. Okay, we went back to the 50s and we went back to the 60s. Think about it. That went through, and now a new generation is born. You got to understand. You got to understand how this works. That's why this plan is very wise and wicked. What happened was, so the way that we used to raise ours, like they still did in the Caribbeans, right? Still had the and all that type of stuff. And then some of that led to abuse too. So just so you'll know, some of that led to overpowerment. That's why Torah has to be followed, so the men can make sure they don't abuse their power and authority over it as well. Where the women in the family would feel like third and second class citizens in their home. You know what I mean? And that's what I was getting from that. So that's where some of our Caribbean brothers and sisters went a little above, far and beyond, and started to be in abusive situations. You know what I mean? That's why Yah is an Elohim of balance. See, once you remove Torah, everything can go to an extreme, right? Oh, thank you, Yah, for clarifying that. So now think about it. We went from the 50s and all that. Now it's a whole new generation born. Now look at this, guys. Now you have a new generation being born without the father as an authority figure, without the sons seeing the father go to work and come back and provide, without the son seeing the father being in an authoritative position. What do they see? They see that mother is the authoritative position. Mother brings home everything. Mother does everything. And what the mother ended up doing, this is very wise. Without her knowing, she ended up protecting and coddling the son, right? For a lack of man in her life, a lack of all the things that's been taken because she put the man out, the demon at the time got her to actually almost literally sell her soul, right? For these victuals, sell her soul for this food stamps money and all this stuff. What she ended up doing was now she got sons and daughters. She ended up guarding, like coddling the sons and sort of using the daughters. She ended up sort of like, he don't got to do nothing. He don't got to clean. He don't got to cook, you clean, you. And the sons end up becoming emasculated. They don't have a father for them to be raised to be a man. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is how I'm supposed to act. This is how I'm supposed to do. All they have is a mother raising them. Now check out the slick part. You have to see this. This is where you go wrong. Because this is where what happens, where Batya and Ari point out this stuff, and you're like, yeah, but this men, we don't respect them. You don't realize you raised them. You created that man. The men didn't. They were taken out of the household. You made the wrong decision. You were supposed to choose the man, but it was because of the curses. So I understand. We're gonna bring complete healing. So you can't really blame yourself, but to a certain extent, because we still were under the curses, so it had to play out. If it wasn't the curses, I would be saying it, I would be blaming you, literally. But it wasn't. You can't, it had to play out. So, but you need to understand it to be able to heal from it. So you made the wrong decision. If you would have decided, let's say if one of the curses say, absolutely not, keep all your stuff. I choose my black man. We've been struggling before you came. We all right. We are survivors. We make it through anything. My family stay in structure. Come on, baby. If we're going to be homeless, we're going to be homeless together. If we're going to struggle, we're going to struggle together. And guess what? Game over. He would have had to come up with a new devised plan. But it played out according to the plan and it worked. So now what happens is, now, because you made that decision, remember what Kimberly said, it's the fruit that falls from the tree. That's a tree. That's why Yah speaks like that in scripture. That's a tree that was planted. There's going to be fruit from that tree, whether you realize it or not. So as you're going on, you got your new position, you got you dressing in your work clothes. They start getting corporate jobs. They start giving the black women jobs. They going in there, and the white man want them in there too, so he can start having affairs with them and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, they always love the black woman, just, So anyway, so they start getting all these positions. They give them to school. Now they got these jobs and everything. The children are in daycare. There's fruit going to be born from that man missing, even though that man in the street doing drugs and doing all this, he's being emasculated. So it's twofold. So now what happens is you fast forward. There are babies born from this. These are these men that the next generation that you guys, remember, this is 3 generations, like 2 and 3 generations later. By the time you're Ari and Batya, by the time we come along, this is 2 and 3 generations later. These men ain't men no more. These little babies that you raised, sorry, I just have to keep it real. It is what it is. You can't say who else raised them. I'm sorry, it just is what it is. That you raised from your place of hurt, place of trauma, under the curses, you raised them. And the thing, so this boy hasn't been raised to be a man. Only thing that saved me, what saved Uncle Yahshua? That I was blessed by the Most High Yah to be born at a certain time in New York City, right? A certain place and a certain time where they had something called knowledge of self came to the streets. It's called the Nations of Gods and Earths. It was Malcolm X and Clarence 13X Smith, which are offshoots of the Temple number 7. Y'all heard of Malcolm X, but they don't want you to know about Clarence 13X. He was even more powerful than Malcolm. They killed him first. Understand something. Oh, they'll let you know about Malcolm. They'll let you know about, but they're going to quiet real powerful ones. You understand something? They go by order. When they kill, who they kill first is the one that's the most dangerous. They killed him first. Y'all know nothing about him. He brought knowledge, wisdom, understanding, culture, refinement, freedom, justice, and equality, knowledge of self. He said the black man is God and the black woman is the mother of civilization. Yo, you don't even understand what he did for us, what y'all used this man to do, to build us into, that's why I am who I am. That's why I'm so smart. That's why I knew who I was. That's why we knew knowledge, understanding, freedom, justice, equality. Women covered themselves, wrapped their heads through a 3/4 earth service. They were the earth, covered themselves. You know what I'm saying? They had to stomp that out. That's when they bought, what's the name? Hip hop. That's when they to NWA, when they bought the gangster rap. Before that, it was poor righteous teachers, King Asiatic, Rakim Allah. We teach it. KRS-One, you must learn the original name of Black. He was teaching. He said Jacob had 12 sons, for real, and these are the children of Israel. That's what they were rapping about. I don't even know. But they came along and said, we got to stomp this out. A Messiah's going to come for this. So we need to replace this with gangster killing rap. We need them to kill each other. We need a hip hop hoes. Start calling hoes. Tell them, take your clothes off. Shake it. Shake your hair. Watch yourself. Show me what you're working with. You understand? We need to turn up. We got to stop all this knowledge of self. King's son, King Asiatic, Queen Latifah. Yo, y'all don't understand. We was teaching knowledge, wisdom, understanding. We was teaching what was going on in the streets. How get away from crack. They was teaching, let's say no to drugs. Stop violence.
Self-destruction.
They're headed for self-destruction. But they won't teach y'all that. So y'all got to understand. This is what we're here for. This is powerful stuff, guys. This is powerful stuff. So hold on, bye, y'all. So they implemented this, right? This system. They continue now that babies that y'all brought forth are not children of Yah. They're little children of actually little demons. Fast forward, now they on demon time. Oh, he about to wrap this all up. He about to bring it all around. Even let go the gangs. You gotta understand, hip hop started to stop the gangs. The gangs were in New York City and Chicago. You don't even understand how this started. Now the Crips and the Bloods will act like gangs started in LA. It did not start in LA. It was confined to Chicago and New York City. I know because I was there. We had the Warlords, the Pacebacks, the Ace of Spades, the Class. I remember growing up, looking out my project window and watching the gang things on that. Y'all don't know about that because y'all ain't old enough. Hip hop came and stopped the gangs. That's where it started the gangs. We started to make rap crews and dance battles. That's where the b-boy dancing and breaking is. It started a culture of expressing our pain through our art form, music. We are the children of Israel. Yo, this is so deep that y'all have no idea. So they took it over. You understand? And so what they did as they took over, these are the fruit from it. So nowadays, as they took it over, you have every man, these masculated little she-mans, right? Who walking around in skinny, tight, little girly jeans hanging off the back of their butt, which is an initiation in jail that proves that you are open to be ran up in, but they don't care because this has the time. And guess what they did, guys? So this is part of the lesson. Look how he tied this down. This is the lesson. I can show y'all. Y'all's the illest. He's an architect. What did they do? Nowadays, all the rappers now are called little something. Lil Baby, Little Dirk, Little TT, Little Kiki, Little Doo-Doo, Little Shit Stain, Little Little, everybody little this, little that, young. They start Young Hov, Young Drake, Young Dro, Young this, you young, you little, you young, you babies, Little Baby. The most famous rapper today, his name is Little Baby. They reduced the kings and queens They reduced the children of Israel to little baby. So I'm going to make the man that all this next generation look up to and ascertain to be is a little baby. You are not a man. You are a little baby. And we're going to give you millions and millions of dollars and power. And you got gold. And he about it. He'll bust his gun. He about the life. But his name is Little Baby. Understand something? And Lil Turk, and Lil Jerk, and Lil TT, and Lil young Joshua over there. No, he know what I'm talking about. But now he's getting the science behind it. He's going to show how it started. So before that, before Lil Baby, and before Jay-Z and them started the young Hov. You understand? His name was Jay-Z before. They start, see, it's all implemented when they start that young Hov, young Dro, young Jock, young, see, this before. And then, so before that, the rappers' names, this was King Asiatic, Big Daddy Kane, Granddaddy IU, King Son, Poor Righteous Teachers. Like, that was our name. We ain't coming no little baby, little this and little boy this and baby and young this. We were men. We were actually Grand Poopah, Brand Nubians, Lord Jamal. We were kings, King Son, King A. Like, that's what and we were teaching, we were teaching knowledge, wisdom, understanding. We were teaching self-reliance, education, teaching how to attain a higher level of spirituality. Rakim said, ain't no pork on my fork, strictly fish on my dish. You understand? So it's like we were teachers. So where you think the seed's gonna come up to and singing that? They emulate that. So they're like, man, my name is King such and such. I don't eat no swine. I don't do this. But no, they're gonna replace that. We're gonna reduce you down. First, we're gonna have you killing each other. First, we're gonna bring the gang culture. First, we're gonna do, y'all use hip hop to replace the gangs in New York City. We're gonna shift it to California, and we're gonna ship them a bunch of guns and drugs, and we're gonna take from what's the dude that took Rick Ross, the original Rick Ross, the one, not the fake deal. I stole his name. Okay, no disrespect to heavy people. I'm not saying that like that. I'm just saying not the other Rick Ross. Pardon me. I don't mean not the other Rick Ross. The Rick Ross from Miami, the real Rick Ross that they used with the COINTELPRO and gave them all the drugs and flooded all the drugs in Cali and used the gangs and started all of it to start. So I'm going to give NWA hip hop a record to show you kill, kill, kill. I'm going to replace all of the New York rap. Every New York rapper who is teaching knowledge, understanding, who's teaching stop self-destruction, who's teaching stop crime, stop fighting, you all lose your record deals. We're going to flood the radio with kill, 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 murder, black man, I would kill you. That's not what the rap, I got a 4-5 stuck to your neck, stick it to your head and blow your brains on the sidewalk. Oh, I'm going to do this to you. I got 2 shells, one on the name, one on the left, one on the right. Got cocked like the aim, side, gun to the side. Like, I got to write that crap all day. No top on my roof. You know what I mean? That's all they do. No top on the roof. Roof ain't got no top. Riding with the drop. Roof ain't got no top. Pull them to the corner, see her up, bop, bop, bop. Like it's like easy. Literally, just to say death, kill each other. As long as you're saying you're going to kill each other, we'll give you everything. And then they went a step further. And they said, okay, now we got to go a step further, because they were still dressing like NWA had baseball caps, LA. Their pants were up. They still looked like men. You understand? They were tough. They were saying kill, 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 but they were still tough. So we got to go a step further. Now we got to start emasculating. Now we got to get them, let's make them, turn them into turtle, pull their pants down. Because they know what it is in jail. They know what that's a sign of. So we're going to make a culture, make them pull their pants down and walk around with their anus exposed. Then we're going to take it a little step further. We're going to start putting them in dresses. We're going to start wearing them. Now you're going to start wearing skirts and dresses. Now we're going to make the pants so tight that it's like leggings. You know what I mean? So tight. When women wore that stuff. Your pants is so tight and then the pants is hanging down off your butt and it's so thin. Then you're going to make your shirts a little tight and everything is so skinny and now we're going to say, now that's a thug. And now we're going to say, now you're going to put Young Thug in the dress. His name is Young Thug. We're going to put Young, remember? Still, that's where he started the young stuff, but a thug. You see the difference? He's not a man. He's not grown thug. He's not man thug. He Young Thug. And we're going to put him in a dress. You know what I mean? And we're gonna make him think it's okay to be both sides. You know what I mean? And then we're gonna take it a step further. And we did it to young. We got them in a dress. Now we gotta start turning them into babies. Lil. Now everybody gonna be named Lil. Lil Turk. Lil Troy, and these are the ones that kill us. They in Chicago. This dude is a murderer. And his name is Lil this. He a Lil murderer, like Lil. Okay. So they got all of these rappers, right? I had opened up a what's the name? I might as well do it. Like I always do what the Father instructs you. Let me share my screen again really quick. So look, Lil Wayne. Let's do a little bit. Lil Wayne, one of the biggest ones, right? That's the one who really set it off. That set it all, the real Lil stuff. And you see what they did to him. He didn't look like that before when he first came out. He looks like a straight demon now when you look at him. It's literally disgusting. He was not like that when he first came out. Lil Pump, Lil Roni, Mother F. Lil Nas X, woo, they took it to another level. Reese, Lil B, Lil Jon. Remember, Lil Jon was one of the first starting. Look at you, look at that. I'm like, what is that, Lil Jon? Look, you get on breasts. What is going on, Lil Jon? I'm like, oh, when I saw that picture, I was like, Lil Romeo. Now, Romeo was okay because he was actually Lil. You see the difference? Romeo was only 6, 7 years old, so he was able to be Lil Romeo. But when you're a child, you do as children do. You know,
and
now
his dad is a respectable man.
Thank you. P is a man's man. P raised his children too. You said that right. Thank you, Rod Brian. Thank you. And P covered his children. And they still respectable children. You know what I mean? They ain't in the way, but they doing a lot better. Lil Boozy. I forgot Boozy had a name Lil. I swear when I said Boozy had Lil too. Lil Boozy. Lil Baby. That's the one. This the most famous one. Baby, Lil Baby. Okay, you ain't only Lil, you're a baby too. You ain't even a big baby. Come on, ladies. Now think about it, guys. Y'all was just disgusted by the men, right? Imagine what you feel now. You see, he's showing you what happened so you can heal from and understand this is the fruit from what that decision that was made. See, that decision that was made in the 50s, these are the fruits. These are trees later. Hasatan knew this is what was coming, Lil Bibby. You see, and they give him riches. Look, he got the Lamborghini truck. They give you all the money. Be Lil and kill each other. Lil Jan, Lil Yachty. It just go Lil Twist, Lil Flip. Oh, I forgot about Lil Flip. That's when it started too with the Lil Flip. Lil Durk, Lil Uzi Vert, Lil Uzi Vert, Uzi Vert, Lucifer. That's a whole nother lesson. Say Uzi Vert fast 50 times. Uzi Vert, Uzi Vert, Uzi Vert, Uzi Vert is Lucifer. Lil Lucifer, he tell you, he do it in, I forgot Lil Scrappy was, but when Lil Scrappy came out, he was actually Lil. So you kind of get a pass, but you need to drop the Lil. Now you big Scrappy, my dude. Now go on, be big.
Man, what up, Rick? You know how we try to keep it real on this show. We try to educate folks. Well, one part of education is knowing what people say.
I'm about to close you down.
What people mean when they say something.
I was going to say it's a top right.
Yeah, goodbye. That's enough. You got it. The point is taken. Okay. So everybody became Lil. Okay, good. That's the next clip I'm going to too. So everybody became Lil, right? So now they got our children totally emasculated. Totally about kill, 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 wear a skirt, no gender, I'm Lil, tattoos everywhere, no covenant, no statue. That's not a man. How can y'all respect that? And then they twisted the daughters. The daughters are what? Remember the lesson I showed y'all? Demon, turn around, anal worship. Remember? All about the anus. Turn around, take the picture, anus, 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 anus. Men, what? Reveal your anus, pull your pants down, walk around with your anus exposed. And I gave y'all in the lesson what that means, the symbolism, right? So the women are defiled, the men, there's no more men. These ain't men. They tell you they're not men. Do you see man, baby? You see Lil Baby. Baby, come on, guys. Like, this is mind-blowing stuff. It's like, what human? Think about how they are laughing. You got to understand, the other nations are sitting there like, look at they are a joke. Y'all are the children of Israel. What happened to y'all? Go ahead, y'all, and then I'm gonna go on with the.
Okay, because I didn't want to forget it because it ties into music. A few years ago, I got into my hands the Gospel of Hip Hop, and it's a book written by KRS-One. It's like a Bible of like hip hop, and it literally said, like, you know, in the preface, it says if you're reading this book, you're one of God's. He didn't say Yah, but he said you're one of God's chosen. He gave us hip hop as a savior, as a way to put our feelings and emotions and everything in our music. And it was more of a positive thing. So we know that Satan is an imitator, right? Which is why, like our teacher said, he came up with NWA and all them. And if you notice and if you pay attention, it was the 13th Tribers that was their managers. If anybody knows what I mean by 13 Tribers, Jacob, you know, is only 12, all right, of us. You know what I'm saying? So that them others, 13 tribes, they're the entertainment managers and lawyers, you know, promoting that. Okay, companies. Right. So whereas, so the Most High gave us this as a way out, right? Satan came, infiltrated it, poisoned it, and now it keeps us locked in the trap. That's why they got the trap music now.
Absolutely. Thank you. That's where trap come from. So it's all a process to lead to this. Little with your butt exposed, your feminine clothes, your non-gender, your wearing skirts, your little baby, and Josiah, Yoshiyahu said supreme mathematics. Man, go ahead, Josiah. What you know about supreme mathematics? Go ahead, Ak. You know what I'm talking about. You like, that's what I'm talking about. So anyway, yes. So
can you hear?
Yep, I can hear you.
All right. Yeah, so I found out about Supreme Mathematics because I used to watch that the Wu-Tang, the Hulu series.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's Wu, because Wu is that's the God body. Yep.
Yeah, and you were talking about like Malcolm X and stuff like that. And that's why I said, like, you know, Supreme Mathematics.
Praise
because that just came to my head for some reason. And I know like Supreme Mathematics is an old thing, and it was like down there in like the East Coast, you know.
That's us. I was there, Aki. I was a god. I was a god, Rashawn. With Wu-Tang, that's what Wu-Tang was. See, that's the thing that they don't understand. Raekwon, the chef, old dirty bastard name was A-Sun. Like, y'all don't understand. We had knowledge of self. So that's why, so even that's when they bought crack in. So if you go back to Wu-Tang, Raekwon, that's Raekwon. This is a god by. See, we dropped our slave masters' names back then. I was the guy, Rashawn. Y'all didn't tell you, 12 years old. When people were like, what? We dropped the slave master's name and coming in the name of the Most High. We didn't know who was coming in, but it was the Most High. We called him Allah, but remember, he's our Eloah, right? Eloah. If you understand the antiquated Hebrew, there's actually no U. It's actually Allah. Allah. I got a whole separate lesson to come in to break it even down. But we didn't know. But the Most High used hip hop. He used the knowledge of self because he knew it wasn't time for us to come from under the curses to really come back to calling his true name. But he needed to clean up some of his soldiers, clean up some of his children to be able to stand in these last days of time. So absolutely, Josiah. So that's why the Wu-Tang. So when the Wu came out, they had a song, and Raekwon said, "I used to smoke Woos at 16." He put in this, I forgot what song that is. It's one of the most famous songs. Yes, Cream. Thank you. That's Cream. Thank you, Josiah. So what he was saying is, you're gonna like this, Josiah. The reason why he's saying that, because that's when they brought crack in for our ancestors before us, they put heroin. But with us, they brought crack in and try. So when it first came out, it was cool. And I said that in something else, but most time I didn't like it, stink, and they used to put it in their weed. I just shared that. He said that's what a wooler is. A wooler is in New York slang back then from the 80s. A wooler is you take a blunt, you put weed in a blunt, and then you take crack and you sprinkle it all over. That's a wooler. And you roll it up and smoke a crack blunt. And so the cool dudes, the tough dudes started smoking, and that's what Raekwon was talking about. Started smoking woos at 16. I was blessed not to stay away from woos at 16, but praise Yah, they was able to get out of it. You know what I mean? So, you know, they don't follow the Most High, but they still have a certain level of knowledge of self. You know what I mean? So that's what Supreme Mathematics is. That's very good, Aki. So check it out. So here we go. We're about to tie this up. So He got our seeds. There's the tree from what was planted. You see little, right? You see transformed from rap was Yah brought us a savior for express ourselves in the music and the culture to bring us from under it, right? Knowledge of self-destruction, teach us, stay away from God. So he infiltrated that. He got our babies. He got them to this point where they little this, they little that, they totally effeminized, right? Totally effeminized. So now Hasatan got your children. That's why when I started this off, I said, this is the way that you raise your babies. Okay, this is a byproduct. This I'm about to show you right now happened day before yesterday. I was on a ministry call with a Coty Robin. She ain't here yet, but now she's about to see. Because when I was on the ministry call with a Coty Robin, Yarlene, I was out downtown, what you about to see. I was downtown waiting for a ride, and I was on a ministry call with a Coty Robin. And as I'm on the ministry call, I keep looking to my left, and I see this white guy, which y'all about to see, doing this crazy thing. And I'm looking and she talking, I keep looking. And as I'm looking, about the fifth, and it was going on for a long time. About the fifth time I look, I said, this is a demon. And she heard me. She said, what? I said, Robin, I'm looking at a demon. And she said, and then I'm watching him. And he going. And the Most High said, record. And I said, okay, Robin, let me call you back. I got to record this before it stops. You know what I mean? Because it was going on for a long time. You know, if you sit there for 5 minutes, it seemed like an hour. You know, when you say 5 minutes, it's quick. But when you're just sitting around, you look at the clock, you're like, man, it's only a minute past. Man, so it was a long time. I was watching. So she said, okay. So I hung up the phone, and this is what I saw. Look at this. So what I did was I uploaded my video to the YouTube so I was able to share the screen, but nobody could, it's private, so only us. Watch this, guys.
Check back in with breaking news in Maynard tonight. A propane tank caused an explosion, injuring 3 people. KXAN's Kevin Clark joining us live from the scene. Kevin, what do you know?
Well, again, those people, 3 people, are in critical condition. In the last few minutes, we were able to get closer as first responders have left. I know it's difficult to see, but the explosion, which we now know was the result of a propane tank, a 200-gallon propane tank. See down that path, awfully dark, but that's where we saw crews coming out just a few minutes ago, basically checking for a leak.
I'm gonna pause it for a second. I'm gonna show you what you're seeing. I'm sitting across the street. So let me zoom back out so you can see get the relative distance that I was sitting from. See, that's my natural distance. My car is right here. That's my window. I'm looking. I'm talking to her, and he's doing this, ramming his head into this bush over and over and over. And I'm sitting there talking. I keep looking, and I'm talking, and he was doing it for a long time. Just over and over and over. And I said, what in the world is he doing? And he's just over, and he was grunting. He's like, and just doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. And I'm like, and that's why I said, let me record this. So this is when I started recording. So now watch it again. You can hear him a little. He's going, So he's ramming his head. See, this young white guy went and started recording. So he got his phone. Now this is his friend, a black guy.
We were able to get closer as first responders have left. I know it's difficult to see, but the explosion, which we now know was the result of a propane tank, a 200-gallon propane tank. See down that path, awfully dark, but that's where we saw crews coming out just a few minutes ago, basically checking for a leak. We do know that 3 people, again, critically injured. 2 were airlifted to Del Seaton Hospital. The other was transported in an ambulance. It's 2 men and a woman. And just to give you a...
So his black friend is trying to help him.
We were here about 8 o'clock. That's when we saw that helicopter airlifting the victims over to the hospital. We will, of course, keep you updated with his developments. You know,
A new at 5, a man found dead. His law enforcement is being remembered by those who knew him as a music artist who stood out for the past.
And as Devin Clark reports, he was considered one of a kind, not only for his lyrical talent,
So I want to point out two things. The first thing I want to point out, do you see the love that this Black boy has for this? You know, they teach us we're supposed to hate each other, right? You know, they're teaching us, we ain't supposed to have Matthew and them on our ministry. We ain't supposed to be just for, do you see this? Do you see the other white dudes ain't, they just trying to film it. They ain't trying. This is his friend. This is his friend. Look.
He's recording in his studio with his friend, 34-year-old Martel Deruin, known to many by his rap name, Cordon. He was his considered talented, unlike many other up-and-coming rappers. Deruin was also.
Look at this. He got him.
Mitchell says even though Deruin is Beyonce's cousin, he never used her name to benefit him. That's not even something he could even mention. We just have to put in his bio.
So I'm gonna give you context what's going on. So they're downtown. All right, let me bring y'all back. They're downtown. So they're downtown, they're out partying and they drink. Liquor is spirits. That's why in Atlanta and all these places, they have wine. It's even here in Florida. It's not in New York. I don't know if it's there now, but when I grew up, it was called a liquor store. Well, I didn't see it till I came to the South. There's something called wine and spirits. I'm like, wine and spirits? What kind? What is that? So the wine is wine, but the liquor is spirits. They're telling you. It literally is saying wine and demons. That's what it's saying on that store. So those people get down there, they get drunk and they ingest those spirits and those demons. That was demons in this little boy. He was ramming his head and ramming it. He was grunting, and over and over and over. I swear, I wish I could have recorded from the beginning. Y'all would have been blown away how long he was doing it. It was like, it's even a way, you can't even really do it that long unless you have like a possession. You know, when you got a possession, you do supernatural feats, like things that the human body really can't do that much. He just was. That's why I knew, because I was kept looking, I'm talking, I'm like, and I said, this is a demon. That's when I realized it. I said, this is a demon. Because it was the amount of exertion. I mean, he was literally, that's why I wish I could have got the whole thing. He was literally lifting off his feet. He was doing like, that demonic stuff where you go, it was like, and he was growling, and he was like, I said, what? And I said, Robert, I got to hang up. I got to get y'all catch it. So you can teach, you know what I mean? So I hung up and I got that part. And you see, he ended up stopping right after. You see how y'all got it right on time. He only did it maybe 7 or 8 more times. And then he went through the tree. He went through it. And so this, to tie this in, this is what is happening to our babies. This is that next generation. You understand? Demonic, demon time. You see, the demon got these babies. That little white boy probably innocent. You know what I mean? You see his friend, you see the little black friend, he looks innocent. You see how he help? He a good kid, how he helping him. He doing anything he can. He got his boy. He like walking him, putting his arm around him. He ain't leaving him. He taking care of him. But they'll have you think we ain't supposed to, just like who all of y'all got, bringing Matthew and them on here. And some people have a problem with that. You got a white friend. Man, these people are so sick. So sick. That's how Satan try to keep us so divided. So you just seen a demonic possession that was yesterday over the youth from spirits, alcohol. And the women, same way. It's so bad. So bad.
I have to agree with our uncle, our elder, because I noticed when I partake in wine or whatever, I could have a glass of wine and be fine. If I drink something stronger than wine, I'm on 1,000, like the smallest thing. I'm like, what? I change. And what the Holy Spirit just literally communicated with me, if it wasn't yesterday, it was today, was that because now you're under an influence. So what influence? Like our uncle said, under the influence of them spirits. There's nothing, people try to use the Bible and justify drinking, right? Drink a little wine for your belly. Where did it say take a shot of Henny? Or tequila, or that hard stuff. So yeah, he's right, and I identify to it. And we are accountable for what comes out of our mouth. Me and my body will never drink strong drink again because I don't like the influence it has over me.
Praise Yah. And those spirits are demons. And I remember he told y'all that a while ago. Yah, he said, stop calling them spirits, call them what they are, demons. So it's wines and demons. Now check out this, y'all. This is how they know. They know they didn't put the wine. Listen, they know the laws of Yah. They know Torah. They didn't put spirits. You see, that means wine, because remember, wine is alcohol, right? Why did they separate the two? Why did they say wine and spirits? Because they know wine ain't the spirits. That's why they're able to drink wine. But he said just not to what? To drunkenness. You called to have balance. It's nothing wrong. You can sip a little wine, but women, be careful. Because women, y'all have emotions, and a lot of you start sipping on that wine, and then you slip into an addiction, and you slip into becoming a wino without even, before you turn around, you chugging wine by the doggone bottles over and over and over again. You got to be very careful, okay? So but it's not unlawful for us to drink wine because we're not drinking the spirits until it leads to drunkenness. That's when you cross over. That's what it is. So that's when Noah led into a little sin because he went into drunkenness. So that's why they separated wines and spirits. They know. You understand? So when you drink those strong Henny, well, they get us on Henny and the Patron and all that other stuff. You know what I mean? Start the drinking. That's when Yaleen, her husband, start drinking and those demons take over. Every time she like, oh, you drinking again, and that's it. Her house is on fire now. You understand? And then that causes her to lash out and to get that out of her shalom. And now she's going into sin. Demons. Okay. Praise Yah. Preparedness. Very important. Daughters of Zion, men of Zion. In Florida, absolutely, that flocker. I used that in the Curses documentary. That's when they was being possessed by that flocker, boy. They demons, boy, it was bad. If you watch the Curses documentary. Men of Zion, daughters of Zion. If you have a clean record, if you don't have a felony on your record, if your record is clean, if you are able to purchase, what's that, the Second Amendment or the Third Amendment, the right to bear arms? The second.
Second Amendment.
Thank you. If you have the right to exercise your Second Amendment right while you have the chance, because they are going to close it. Thank you. Go get you a firearm. You don't even have to go to the store. You can buy them online. Go on Academy Sports, go on any of these other stores, right? You can purchase, you can find it, purchase it, and then when your gun comes, you can out to the store, you bring them your ID, they run your little thing, pick it up, get your bullets, buy as much as you possibly can. I'm going to let y'all share. Buy as much as you possibly can, okay? They're going to stop the process. The reason why they want to make sure all of the men of Yah have records so that when that time comes that we need to protect ourselves, we won't be able to purchase a firearm. It'll be illegal. You understand that? So that's why they're making sure that the young men have a record before they get to that age that they can, because once they get to that, once hell, which now is, and that happened to me, I wasn't sure, so I had to try. So this is back when we were in the lockdown. A little quick story, and then y'all can share. Back in March 2020, when we were in the lockdown, when people were being chaotic, everybody was like told to prepare, get your water, get all that, and people was starting to get your guns, right? So I said, well, I got to see, because I know I cleaned everything off my record. You know what I mean? Y'all know from my testimony, I was able to wipe everything. right? So I had to try to see, but I know I didn't go through the process to try to get that other thing removed where I'm able to go. And y'all willing, I can be able to do it if we have time left, but I got some, I don't know, but whatever. This ain't for that. Oh, when it was on, I went and I said, I got to go try. So I went down to Academy Sports. Let me tell you how bad this was. I got on that line. First of all, the line was down the street to get into this store to buy these guns. Who do you think was on the line? All the other nations. 1 or 2 Black people out of maybe 400 people. Now listen to this. We get into the line. We got to take a ticket thing to call your number. That's how much people are buying guns. Listen to this. They take the number. I'm number what? I was number 300 and something. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm going to be here all day. And I remember I work at night, so I ain't been to sleep. So I ended up spending the whole day, literally. I got there when they opened, I think it was 7 in the morning. I didn't get seen till like 4 p.m. And I sat there the whole day with everyone else. So we sit there. They're calling people up. They call you up. These people are buying guns. They're like, give me that one. Give me this one. Give me this one for my wife. Give me those short shotguns up here. Give me that AR-15. Give me this. Give me bullets. Yo, it was so crazy, guys. Literally, I'm like, I had to call my ex because at the time, my ex was like, get me one too. Because I thought, so I called her and I was like, hey, I think we need to get more bullets. She's like, why? Because I'm listening to this guy, white guy. He's on the phone. He calls his wife. He's like, honey. She said, okay, what you got? He said, okay, I got the AR-15. I got this. I got that. I got all. And she said, so how many bullets you got? He said, well, I got 1,000 rounds. She said, that ain't enough. I'm hearing it. He said, yeah, but they running out of bullets. So she was like, well, get all that you can. He said, yeah, they're running out. So then all of a sudden he's on the phone and then they bought a thing back from the back. They was like, okay, guys, we got a whole new case of shells. You better get them. It'll be no more for the rest, it'll be no more for tonight or whatever. So they pull the thing out. They all rushed to the thing, right? So now I said, okay, let me get on the line. You know what I mean? So I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, okay, I need to get on the side. So I'm on the line. I'm behind him. So he's talking to her. So he's like, she said, what they put out? He said, they put out hollow tips. She said, get a bunch of hollow tips. Get them. So he said, how many you want me to she said, how many do you got? He said, well, I got 1,000, but now, he said, now I just grabbed them all. Right now we got 10,000. She said, 10,000? He said, that enough? She said, no, get 100,000 rounds. I sat there like, he said, okay. He started grabbing bullets. I'm sitting up there and they were all doing it. They got hundreds and hundreds of thousands of rounds. I'm sitting there like, my God, only the Most High gonna protect us. Now, first of all, so just so nobody goes left field and think, but he does tell us to prepare. Now, we don't gotta go extreme and try to get 100,000 rounds. Okay, if you could, whatever, but you are called to prepare. So my daughters in Zion who don't have these records, you can get it. Get one. Get 2 if you can. One only cost 300. Get a 9mm. Okay? Get you as many bullets as you can. I got up there. I tried to go through it. They wouldn't allow me to do it. So they didn't allow me to do it, but they allowed me to purchase the bullets. So I got 2,000 rounds and I got it for my ex because she ended up going back and buying the gun herself. So she got the bullet, she got that. But I was doing it for our children. We weren't together. But now that she got her new husband, now it's just a waste, but whatever. So, whatever. At least I have it. So my kids are with them. So whatever. But I'm just calling you guys to know that it's time to prepare. Make the call, go online, go down to the store, whatever it is, secure it. Once you get it, put it away. Don't put the with it. If you have children in your household, you can get a lockbox if you need that or whatever, because you don't want it or you don't want your children to be able to see it. Don't have your bullets in the gun and all that type of stuff. Keep it separate, get a lockbox. Y'all willing, if you can, some of you can go ahead and get a license for it too. Now in New York, it's different. I'm thinking this, I don't even think so. Now I'm talking to different states where we can get it. You know what I mean? In the South. That's why y'all need to flee New York anyway. But anyway, New York is a little different. You know what I mean? I think it's against the law to even have it, period. But in the South, it's not. We freely can walk into the store and just buy a gun right now and come home. And these people are buying them by the dozens. They literally got arsenals. You know what I mean? So we're going to need some type of protection. So my daughters and my men who can get it, heed y'all's call. And for that, go ahead, one by one. But y'all, then Ari, or Ari was first? I don't know who's first. Whoever was first, you go.
That was old. I don't need to say it.
Okay, Ari.
Okay, so like, I've been hearing this for a while now, and I've been hesitant on multiple fronts. Number one being, what if I had to shoot somebody and I kill somebody? What's that going to do for my soul? Like, as a commandment, you know, I would understand like self-defense or whatever, but still, like you said before, the laws of the Shamayim supersede any human laws.
Praise
so
God.
Regardless of what happens to me on this plane, whatever I do spiritually is going to carry over to judgment.
Praise
So
God.
that's one thing. Then secondly, when I first started waking up and I realized that I had to get rid of physical objects because attached to those objects were spirits and things. So I got rid of a lot of stuff, which allowed me to get closer to Yah. And I'm wondering if bringing that into my home, what spirit attaches itself to that object. And then on another front, what was I thinking? There was that something else, and it just flew. It's gone. Whatever the third concern was, it's gone now.
It'll come back. When it come back,
Can I say something to her, please, based on what she just said?
Yeah, and then I'll address. Go ahead.
Just really quickly, everybody is not called to front line.
There you go.
Take it, teacher.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. If you're not called, because everyone's not called to be in the front line. So what I was saying, for those who are called, for those who, so a perfect example would be, let's say if you were one who were fleeing here to our homestead that we're building, and you have clean license and all that, you can get a firearm and just bring it amongst the family. So it's in the house amongst the family, because we're called to protect. In the scripture, Yahushua said, sell your clothing, your cloak, and buy a sword. He told them, sell what you got and buy your protection. So we're called. We're not. So so that's where that's addressing. You're saying, what about what carries over into the Shamayim? He calls us to protect ourselves at a certain time. Remember, Peter had a sword, and when they came to Yahushua, he pulled that thing out and sliced his ear off. He would have took his head off, but Yahushua told him not to. Remember, we're men of war. We're called to protect ourselves. We're called. You have to fortify your fort. You know what I mean? Now, we don't have to go to the extreme like they are doing, because they don't have our Elohim. So they have to get all type of crazy machine. They want bazookas. They need.
That was the third thing, was that I was thinking to myself, if I were to do that, would it seem to Yah that I don't trust in his protection?
Nope. That's why, thank you, Yah. That's why he's pointing it out and showing you. Yeah, so he's bringing clarity and understanding for you and others. Absolutely not. That's why, if it wasn't in the scriptures, perfect example, that's good. Thank you, Yah. If he didn't want us to prepare and protect ourselves, then Yahushua wouldn't have told us, prepare and protect yourself. He wouldn't have told us, sell your cloak and buy swords. Swords are the equivalent to a gun now. If you want to relate today, he would say, sell your cloak and buy a gun to protect your home, to protect yourself. But we don't have to go to the extreme. We need just some frontline protection. I guess we don't know what it's for, but we know to heed the call. And I know what the scriptures say. When he said prepare, he said prepare food. He said prepare this. He said sell your cloak, get some protection, meaning some weapon protection to protect your home. Stock up on the food. Don't look back. When I tell you to flee, go. Don't look back. Don't turn back. Don't try to get something else that was left. Just go. Okay? So we have complete instructions on how to do it. So he's just sending out the call. when he told me, I'm like, okay, I hear you. So he's telling y'all. So for those of y'all who've already done it, you know what I mean? For those of y'all who hadn't, you know, and those of y'all who feel like you feel, like I don't need that spirit in my house. Absolutely. That's the Ruach telling you don't do it. So you don't have to worry. You're covered. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry. But some are being called to do it. Some I have the call to, you know what I mean? Go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and do it. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, like Uncle said, I'm going to get a couple while I can. You know what I mean? Because as we come together and as we start to flee, we come together. Remember, that's all we're going to have. So once we come together, it'll be like, okay, this is what I got. I came here, well, I got this, and this one, like I got this, and you know, because some of us ox can't get anything. You know what I mean? I'm left there. I'm wide open. Only thing I got is y'all. You understand? I know I'm good, but some of us are like that. We can't, because the beast grabbed a hold of us. He already got his claws in us, so we can't even protect the bet. So it'd only be what that is. Now, if we had nothing, guess what? Y'all's gonna still cover us. But Yahushua told us, protect yourselves. You know what I mean? So that's why he's bringing that out. You know what I mean? So for all those, that's why our key is to keep your name clear. You know what I mean? Young, you know, young and old, you know? So I think Brian was next. And then
I want to put y'all up on something. I just got a news flash. The cargo ships are stuck at bay. And so basically it's ready to pop off. So we need to get ourselves prepared. And I sent you a couple videos today showing where when Obama was president back in 2009, they bought 10 billion hollow point bullets.
I know about that. You just sent that to me. Yep.
The UN. The UN bought this, FEMA bought this. You can't, I was in the military, you cannot use hollow points in war. So who are they going to use them on? And as well, they have coffin liners and Georgia.
In Georgia.
Acres and in Missouri. Acres and acres on them. I'm not trying to scare nobody. That's not what I'm trying to do, but we need to get ourselves prepared because it's going to jump off shortly.
And that's what this call is out for. Absolutely. They bought, how many bullets? Like tens of millions. How many bullets?
10 billion. Enough to last for a 10-year war.
10-year war. And the people said, remember now, the white people, because they're going to try to turn us against each other. So what's going to help us in the end is we got white people that ain't having it. We got white people that are like, what the hell? So the white people are like, why do y'all need 10 billion bullets? Who are y'all going to kill? Hollow tips and all them coffins in Georgia out there by the Guidestones and all that? And the people, I got all that film, I got it all recorded, but certain things you can't put up, they'll ban your video off YouTube now. But I got it recorded to my hard drive where the white people chased the man down with the coffin. Where are they going? Why all these coffins? Got them all on the truck. They stacked out there in the field. Who owned this field? They found out a multi-millionaire owns the field that works for the CBS, the news media companies own the field. They track, you know, the white people they do their own work. You know what I mean? They track them down. Who owned this land? Who paid for these coffins? It all out. This is serious, guys. I mean, now, again, Yah's going to cover us. Absolutely. The King Alfred praying. Absolutely. Yah's going to cover us, right? So, but we are still called to prepare. So that's what that was. Is whoever have ears to hear, hear. You have a right to bear arms. Go ahead, Akoti Kimberly.
Yeah, I just wanted to say to the young ladies, you make sure y'all understand and you know what guns are what. Because when I went to buy one, they sold me one that you can't get bullets for now.
Ooh.
So you don't want to jump out there and then you can only get one pack of bullets. And then later on down the road, every time you go buy bullets, when you walk up in the store and they're like, oh, another black person. We're not selling her no bullets.
Yes, that's what they're doing too.
They ain't selling bullets to certain people.
That's a good point, Coachy.
And they selling guns that ain't no good.
Woo.
So you better make sure you got a great male friend. See, they split us up. But one thing we got to realize, we need them and they need us.
And that's
we can't survive without each other.
Praise Yah.
And one day we gonna get over that when you done spent 20 of your years by yourself, ladies, guys, you ain't got nobody. Loneliness will cook a hole in your dough. 2 heads are better than one, like my mama used to say. 2 heads better than one. But I tell my children 2 checks better than 1 check.
Ooh, praise Yah.
So you better get your act together and roll them all up in there, whoever it gonna be. You the only one, ain't no more. That's it. I had to get like that. And I was single for like 13 years by myself at one time, 12 years another time. So when I finally got a husband, I think I ran him off.
That's funny. Praise Yah.
But gotta learn how to handle yourself with your men. Don't argue with them in front of nobody. You know how George Jefferson, Weezy could have seen you in the kitchen. Take it up. Can I see you in the bathroom or wherever? But don't do it in front of other people like that lady did on that script. She shouldn't have done her man like that. Our men got enough. To them, to be gay is normal in America. If you ain't gay or falling that way, then everybody talking about you, putting stuff on you. Our men got enough stuff to deal with. And we got to find a way that we can work together some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Because loneliness ain't a good thing.
Praise Yah. Thank you for that wisdom. I'm going to add in, you're so right. So those women who hear this, if you don't have a father, a brother, a husband, or some male to help you in your decision, you can reach out to one of the males on this ministry, me, Brian, like you can reach out to get instructions of what to do, how to buy, what to buy. And the trick to get around them not purchase you bullets because they see a Black person is to buy them online. You know what I mean? Before they stop them, because they're going to stop selling that like that. So they don't get to see you. So by the time you get there, so what I mean by that, you ordered it online. So they're waiting for you. So by the time you get there, it's too late. Your package is already there and they look, you'll see the look, they're like, oh crap. And they got to give it to you because it's your package waiting. So that's the way around it. You know what I mean? Because yes, you're right. They don't want to sell it to us. They don't want to, and they're selling, that's so good. They're selling books. That's why I say get a 9. Thank you, y'all. That's why I say get a 9. A basic 9mm that you can get all 9mm bullets. You don't have to worry. Or you can even use 380 bullets in a baby 9. You understand that? So you got, that's the key to it. They'll sell you a bullet, you ain't got no more bullets to get. You know what I mean? Because I remember when I was doing that, even my ex was like, so what? I said, I'm getting a 9. She's like, why? I said, because it's the basic. It's one that no matter what, even if you have to trade and barter, there's going to be people like, oh, I got 9 bullets. They might not have all these other shells you're looking for all these other specialty guns, a 40 cal and all that other stuff. You know what I mean? But they be like, oh, I got plenty, 9 bullets. Okay, thank you, because that's what I got. You know what I mean? But it's not it's not fear mongering. Okay? It's just preparedness. So like Ari said, absolutely do not get no gun, Ari. You don't need it. Your Ruach told you, I don't need that in my house. I don't need that spirit around me. Absolutely. That's the Ruach telling you don't need it. But when it's time to flee, whoever you're going to flee to, that protection will be there for you. If you are not able to flee anywhere and you have to be alone, then that Malak will be there to protect you. He's gonna take care of you no matter what. You understand that? But we do have to heed the call, for those who can. And I know when we get our land and when we get our homestead, we're going to need some protection. Besides, Yah is our ultimate protection, but you gotta understand something. We're going to
ask something.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Kawali, Yah. Give me one second.
I'll let you finish.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Don't forget what you're going to say, though. And we're going to be having to take shifts in our land as the men protect the borders of it. putting barbed wire up. Like, this is serious. Y'all got to look at purge and stuff. It's not a game. We're going to have to be together. And even then, the only thing that's going to protect us is the Malachim. So that's why I want you to understand something. With our guns, whatever little bit, with our protection of our borders of our house, with us taking shifts and rotating, somebody's always up, but patrolling we still, the covering of the Malach is still what's protecting us. It's different levels to this, because it's going to get to a point where the guns are not going to be no more. The barbed wire fence, it's going to get to a point where ain't nothing going to protect you then but the Malach. That's what you need to understand. So you're not forsaking Yah, but it's levels to it. He's telling us to, like, what you got to do, the steps. So when we get to that point, it's going to a point where nothing else can protect us. Because guess what, guys? They're going to open the portal, CERN, where the demons are coming through. Those Nephilims are going to be eating people. They're going to be monsters, what you see in Revelation, with 3 heads and 10 horns and all type of stuff, eating people in the street. It's going to another level. We ain't no guns, nothing can protect you. When they get to that point, only thing we got is Yah, and it's like, we're covered. That's it. And that's when he tell you, ooh, thank you, Yah. That's when he tell you, do not even look out the windows. When it gets to that stage, do not get scared, guys. You just need to hear this. When we get to that stage, it's like board all the windows and never look out the windows. Yeah. Not look outside. And I'm gonna share a testimony that someone told me a dream, and they described that same dream. And I might put it in this video, I don't know. I might do it separate. But he said, do not even look outside. And that's when we just hunker down. It's over. You're gonna hear it. And maybe we'll start singing praise songs so we can drown out the noise of the killing. Blood up to the horse's bridle. I don't mean to scare y'all, freak y'all out, but this is for real. They know that's what's coming. That's why they try to flee to the mountains. Go ahead, Koala, y'all.
I was just gonna say, first off, when we talk about this, my mind automatically wants to just be like, you got way less time than you really think you do.
Ooh.
And I know we do. And like, I know we talk about, or we want, of course, to all move together and build a homestead. But would we really be able to have time for all of that? Like, I even think about that with my situation, me, how I'm trying to flee. But it's like, I don't know. Like, of course, we in Yah's grace period, of course. So he gonna make sure we straight. But I really don't think we got as much time as we do. Because I think, like it be in the movies, it just hits out of nowhere and it's too late at that point. And
no, go ahead, finish, and then I'm gonna add in.
I was just gonna say, well, I think that was it. I was gonna add on and say that this is kind of off topic, not off topic, but have you ever heard of Hellboy before?
Yeah.
Have you seen? Did you hear about the new movie that came out last year?
Mm-mm.
If you watch the trailer of Hellboy, that's a visual representation of what the demons will do when they get here. And it's really tough. It's hard to watch. So I wouldn't advise anyone to watch unless they can stomach it. But it's going to look just like that. And it's finna be so crazy. But yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Praise Yah. Thank you for adding that in. Hey, I want to add on to that. They keep saying my internet. It been trying to cut us off, guys, this whole time. My internet unable internet. Thank you, only y'all that this is keeping going. Every time it stopped, I'll be like, please come back. And it's been coming back. So the vision, what you saw from the Hellboy, I didn't see it. I actually know what's happened. I've seen it already. I've seen what's going to happen. I know it's going to happen already. I see it. I've seen the visual of it. It's sick. Like whatever they show in the Hellboy is probably 100% accurate. Now, Koala, I'm going to help you out with that. The only reason why I think we have time is because he's doing it. Meaning he's assembling us. He's giving instructions what to do. He just sent the cultist sheik, like the things that it'd be different if he wasn't doing it. Only thing that make me a little nervous, like that's what that is because you're seeing what they are doing. They are ramping it up to the point where it look like it's over maybe next week or 2 weeks from now. We don't look, I agree with you. It look like we ain't got time for nothing. It look like it's a wrap now, like fast. But it's twofold. Tell me we under grace period. Assemble. Start the process. That's what I'm doing. Speak what they're telling you to speak. Tell them what I'm telling you to tell them. I've been saying you're gonna have to flee. When he have to tell you, you're gonna, like, I'm telling you what he's telling me. If the time ends for some reason and we run out of time, then it is what it is. Then we all gonna be stuck in our prospective locations, kind of alone, and his plan that he told me didn't come to fruition. I can't call it. I don't know. I don't know the end from the beginning. Only thing I do know is he told me, and for some reason, he keep telling me he's holding them back for a grace period. That's why it's a grace period. He's holding them back. They're doing it, but he's stopping them. He's giving us time. And that's why I keep saying, when he say it, just do it, guys. Listen to everything I'm saying and do it. And that's it. I can't say nothing. That's why I told you, Kuala, I'm going to get you here. But I remember I told you, I said, I got to get you here the right way. You know what I mean? I just can't get you here just all willy-nilly. I get you here the right. Now, if it came to pass, what I tell you, if it came to, it's like, okay, then guess what? Get your butt on the plane and get here right now.
Booking it.
Book. That's it. Grab whatever you can grab. Let's go. Keep coming. You understand? Same thing with everybody else. By y'all too. I like, get your butt on the plane, get here right now. Whatever money you got. Amen.
Can I say something, Noah?
Yes, absolutely.
What does Yahuwah give us, family? Power, love, and a sound mind. Sometimes we think that cautionary concern is just cautionary concern, when it's really a fair demon speaking into our ears. He would not have brought us this far to let us get caught out in the game. But what would take us out of it is our disobedience, our inability or choice not to listen to our elder, not to love our brothers as ourselves. You know what I mean? We follow them commandments and we know we're in the way, because like Elder said, he's doing it. We ain't gonna get caught slipping, y'all. So do not let fear come in. Power, love, and a sound mind is what we get from Yahuwah. That sound mind says we're going to meet the mark. We are not just called, but we're chosen. So we got to move like we know that.
Praise Yah. Move like you chosen. Praise Yah. Wow, 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 wow. Praise Yah. Oh, man, this has been a lot. This has been a lot. I have this video here. Let me just do it, because I know we're all getting tired. I didn't want to go this long, but I don't know. Y'all is just doing this, so I'm tired too. So this is a video that this ministry shared. I'm sure some of you probably heard of it or might even saw it. And military officers are being told to get their house in order. What about the rest of us? So a ministry shared this video of this military officer telling the story of how the military is telling their officers what I'm telling you right now. They even told them, stock up on as many guns as you can get. They said this to the military.
Hello everyone, today is the 23rd of July, 2021, and I thought I better put this up. I have a really good source that has contact with both active and retired military. Of course, I'm no longer with the military, but I'm very aware of how the military operates, obviously. And as I've been telling you for a long time, things are getting really nasty. We see what's happened with the supply chains, and I mentioned this yesterday, the ships offshore, the containers sitting and not being able to get transported or getting materials transferred to them, the rail lines being basically slowed down, even stopped. In other words, ladies and gentlemen.
So these are things that are happening that we don't even know is happening. So he's telling you the shipping containers, they freeze in the containers and not letting nothing move. That's food. They're shipping things, they're stopping rail lines. So they're doing all this stuff while we are continue to, live life. I got people planning, like my roommate was planning to go to Ireland in the summer. I'm like, dude, you like, really? Like, it's serious. And they're like, well, maybe we'll just go to Hawaii then. I'm like, dude, people just don't get it. Understand? So that's why Kuali, like, dude, we probably ain't got next week, but we got a little longer than that. We got a grace period. So this man is telling, I'm not going to play the whole thing because he talks really slow. It put us all to sleep. So it's like, he's telling us this is the stuff that they're doing, and this is their elite class. So he starts telling a story about how they're telling him to, like, I could just round it up. I just want you to hear that that's who's talking. He's ex-military, and so they're telling them they're telling all the top military officials to get their house in order, to start stacking all their guns, stacking water, stacking everything, ready to lock in for what's coming. They're preparing their own military. So that's why Yah had me saying this message. And I ain't gonna play this whole thing, you know what I mean? You can type it in, military officers being told, type that in YouTube and you can watch it yourself. Because he talks really slow and we've been going too long. We're too tired to hear somebody talking slow to death and to put us all to sleep.
I did just want to throw a little second, and I promise I'll be quiet after this.
No, go ahead.
When you spoke about the portals that they're opening, okay, so my children and I were addicted to this show called Stranger Things, and they're waiting for new episodes for the new season. So maybe sometime last year, I told my children, I said, they're not going to give us a new season. They opened up too many truths that's really happening. So towards the last episode of the last season, they showed to where they're using this machine, this computer that reminded me of Lucy, and it's literally tearing up what's separating the dimensions, right? So we're separating this realm from the demonic, from the second realm. Okay, I understand that to be the second heaven. They've already started opening it up. So the reason that they discontinued this show is because, they try to put it out there in Hollywood so that when we're saying we're seeing these things or we're hearing these things, they're like, oh, you watch too much TV. They've already exposed it in Hollywood. So this show is really not going to come back. If it does, they're going to revamp it because they're showing they have opened that portal.
Yes.
Yeah, they actually announced season 4.
Yeah, my son kept telling me that the day before yesterday. I'm like, I bet you it's still not going to come out. I want to see if it's going to come out.
No, I think the world's gonna be too messed up before we even get to watch it.
2022, we ain't got time. It's a wrap. Yeah. And all of that is CERN. So CERN in Switzerland is a hydrogen collider. They took black matter, a piece of black matter the size of a grain of sand that you can't really see with your eyes, right? Can blow up the whole world. Just a little piece of the grain that you can't see. So they took this black matter and they tried to make as much as they can and condense it into a hydrogen collider machine that spins at a speed of faster than light and all of that. And this it's a collider that's supposed to open a new portal. Right? And it's shooting a ray. They're trying to get through the firmament. So they're trying to shoot this ray, and this black matter is antimatter. It's anti-matter. We are matter. It's the antichrist, right? And it's the most dangerous stuff in existence. You ain't supposed to black holes and all that stuff. So they're trying to open the portal, which they are already. They already said that they saw something on the other side. Like that physicist the one Stephen Hawkins, the one in the wheelchair who was all deformed, he died now. And in Elon Musk and them, they're saying they got these certain physicists and scientists that's saying, like even when it's CERN, what they saw, some people had a heart attack from seeing what they saw when they opened the portal, what they witnessed. Some people died on the spot from seeing it, from fright. All right, because they already opened it. So now they're trying to open it to bring them in. At the same time, shoot through the firmament to kill Yah. That's the whole purpose. They want to bust through the firmament to try to kill the Most High. Hasatan said, I will ascend to heaven. He will ascend. He's been trying to do it since the Tower of Babel. Okay, that's the whole purpose. Okay, so they're trying to get through, and they open the portals to bring these demons down here. And it's going to open, and it's going to come. But unfortunately, those demons are going to consume them as well. That's the foolishness of these fools. Hasatan is a doggone liar, thief, and he's going to consume them as well. But once they open it, you can't close it. That's why only the Most High can save you. Not your guns, not your ammunition. You can flee to the mountain. You ain't nowhere you can run. These monsters, everything they do in the movies. So Koala Yah, yes, whatever you see in Hellboy, everything that you see is exactly what's going to be on the streets. And it's going to be something that'll stop your heart. That's why I said when they get to that stage, lock your windows, close everything, and do not look outside. He literally said, there's going to be a time, guys, where we can't look outside. And it's the story of Lot's wife. Now imagine, okay, use your imagination. Imagine if we got the grace period, we're all able before 11:59 to come together. We got our home. We all together and everything, it goes down. We all together, it's going down. We went past the stage of protecting our property, and we get into the next stage of it, where ain't no more guns can protect you, because it's going to pass that stage, the physical realm. So we get to the stage where it's past that, time to lock in. Yah will tell us. That's the thing about having. We have an angel that's assigned to each of our homesteads that he assemble us. There's Malaks that are assigned to us. That Malak will tell you, okay, time to go in. So we go in, time to board up the windows, lock everything down. We already got food. We're going to be okay. If we run out of food, he's going to send. Do you understand that? We don't have to worry about water, food, none of it. The water and food we prepare ain't going to last. So everything that he's telling you prepare, it's just for a temporary time to get to that point where he's going to take over. So that answers you more, Ya'ari. That answers you even more. That's only for us to prepare to the point where y'all say, okay, lock in, I got this. Go ahead, do y'all thing, Malaks. But we have to get to that stage. That's what we're called, to hearken and listen and prepare. So when we get to that stage, that Malak's going to tell us to lock in. So we're going to lock and board ourselves in. We ain't got to worry. Now, this is where the heart comes in at. You have some people, hopefully it's not us, that'll be like, but we don't got enough water. But the food is going to run out. See, that's where you're making a mistake at. He knows your heart. You need to understand we good. Yah got it. Either he got us or he don't. Either you believe or you don't. If you lukewarm, he's going to spit you out his mouth. So you need to be very careful, because you will be dying your own iniquity right in our house. Because what Yahushua say we going to do when he come to us in the wilderness, slay all the rebellious ones. You better be careful. You have to circumcise your heart and understand, but you will be built up to not have that fear. He's not going to leave you. It's okay to be scared now. He's not going to leave you like that. But when he gets you there, you have to receive your authority in place and understand who you are to be. So you have to understand, okay, time to lock in. We're running low on water. We're running on food. Let's just get this house locked in. Malak, what did you say? Lock it all down. Lock it all down. And he said, don't look outside. Don't look outside. Don't worry about the water. Ration it out. If it run out, Yah. What did our ancestors always do? Cry out to Yah. And what do you always do? Answer them. And what did they always do? Turn their back on them. That's the difference. We ain't gonna turn our back on them. I know I ain't. Y'all better listen. I know I ain't. So we're gonna speak for ourselves. I ain't never. So So the story of Lot, when we lock into the house, imagine if we got a brother or a sister, we in the house, right? We in wherever we are, homestead, however it is, however y'all willing, we have that. And then we don't know, somebody's in another room and they're trying to look outside. See, we can't control that. You know what'll probably happen? They'll probably end up taking a piece of the wood off if we got it nailed. I'm just speaking figuratively. And looking outside, and you know what's gonna happen? A doggone, some demon from the book of Revelation will run and grab their butt out of there. Just that fast. And we'll come and be like, what happened to such and such? And you'll see the thing kind of loose and flopping. I don't know. Search the whole house, she gone. Nail that back shut. You know what I mean? This is for real. This is for real. That's why he give us in the scripture, he give us basic instructions to know not what to do. He told Lot's wife, do not look back. When he tell you to do something, do it. So for those with the curious mind, they don't want to look outside because we've been in there for a couple of months and you dying to look on what's going outside until he tell us, you understand, he's going to come. He going to come and tell us time to go. Because remember, he's going to take us from there to somewhere else. That's what people got to flee down wrong. He's going to send a malak. It might be Yahushua himself. We don't know how it's going to go. Somebody going to come and say, okay, my children, come on. It could be a chariot. You see, y'all got to understand this. It could be a chariot. Yeah, the doggone whole top of the house could just lift off and all of a sudden the chariot come lay down and be like, the door open and be like, what in the world? Let's go. This is serious. It sounds like a movie. It sounds like a superhero because that's what it is. That's where they get the movies and the superheroes and stuff from because they know what it is. It's literally what it is. It transcends the physical realm. But you have to know we're okay. We are okay. We are going to be okay. Thank you, Yah. He gave me understanding, guys. And I'm going to explain this and then y'all can add and we can close out. He gave me understanding and I'm thanking him because as I'm sitting here, I finished everything. Everything is complete, right? And but the scripture. And I'm like, yeah, I can't because my throat hurts. Like when I go this long, guys, I'm hurting. Y'all don't know this. Like my head starts to hurt a little because I'm standing. Y'all don't understand what happens as the Ruach takes you over and as you keep speaking his wisdom. Like when we've been 5 hours, 6 hours now. You understand? So I was looking, I was like, yeah, there's no way I can get into this word because it's so powerful and it's going to take a lot for me to deliver it. And my head is already hurting and my throat already hurts. So I'm like, and he said, no, my son, you're good. He said, start next week. We're right with this lesson. And I'm like, praise Yah, thank you. Because if he had told me to do it, I would have had to do it. And I don't know how we would have got it. It's too powerful. It's too much. I'm like, Yah, we'll be 2 more hours. Literally. It's too much. And he said, no, you did what I needed you to do. And I guess this is what, remember when we started off, that wasn't part of the whole first 2 hours wasn't part. That's where that he did that. So I guess this is what he wanted. And I ain't going to tell y'all what the lesson is. I don't want nobody to know. But it's, please come back next week. And we're going to start it with that. And my goodness, I want to do it, but I can't. I don't even have my head is hurting and my throat is hurting already. And I'm like, and we all down, everybody tired. It's like, praise Yah. But we got through this. And we got everything out that he wanted except for one piece. And I might as well just say it. Yep. Just get it out since we don't got to do the lesson. If you haven't gotten sick, he's been covering you. I was going through something when I was wondering, because I was looking, honestly, God, I was looking at this like, there is no sickness. This thing that they're calling everybody got, I'm like, why is everybody, it's like, it don't exist to me. So I started to feel a little conflicted or convicted because I'm like, I don't believe in it. You know, I know about a cold, the flu. I know a cold, the common, I know pneumonia. I know all the things that have been here the whole time, right? Respiratory illnesses. I know all about that. They've been here the whole time. So this thing that they got, that they're saying, I don't have the ability, thank you, Yah. I don't have the ability to conceive it. It's like it don't exist to me. It's like everyone else. I'm like, what are you talking about? Because I never locked in, even in March when everybody was locked in, I never locked in. And y'all see what I do for a living. I'm picking up people from the four corners of the planet, China and everything. When they was all scared of China, when it was coming from the Hunan or whatever that thing place is called, they were getting in my car. You understand that, right? And when people would roll the window down, have you did 6 feet, this, I've never been away from everybody, from all over the four corners of the planet, India, China, Caribbean, everywhere, night after night, person after person. Y'all in taste, you know, person after person. I'm sitting there like, now, did I get lightheaded once? Yes. Yep. And I think it's when they turned up that G stuff, that number G, because remember, y'all don't know, but they put them all up and they had turned it up. And I remember getting lightheaded. And I was praying to y'all, like, y'all don't let me fall out here, because if they take me to the hospital, I know they're going to kill me. And I went outside and started just inhaling, exhaling. And I was kind of lightheaded for a couple of days. And then it went away. You know what I mean? Just lightheaded. I knew it was from that G thing. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If y'all know, it's a number sign with a G. Let's say 12G, okay? Just so it don't flag no algorithms, okay? So I knew about that because I'm a very researcher. So I said, yeah, that's definitely what it is. And so then, but anyway, going forward, everybody's wearing masks, gloves, everybody doing all this stuff. And I'm like, why? So now I'm relating the story because he gave me a little revelation. So the day before yesterday, I pick up this customer, and I think I was telling Yarlene about her or somebody else, because I'm always on the ministry call. And it was a white lady, and she was there. We had she was so nice. I think it was Yarlene. She told me she wanted to pick her back up when she come back from a vacation. Yeah, that long trip. Yeah, when y'all blessed me to go all the way home for that trip. Yeah, y'all be blessing us. Y'all only know how y'all be looking out. So anyway, so we had an amazing conversation, the whole ride, because it's like an hour ride, and we just, oh man, you know, she hugged me when she get out. Yes, she got my number. As soon as I get back, take me. And she was going to meet a blind date, and I was praying that he be the one, because she's a good woman, you know what I mean? Another nice white woman, you know what I mean? 58, you know, raise her kids and all that. But you know, I'm like, go ahead, he might be the one, you know all that. So anyway, so when she got in, the first thing she was like, oh, okay, I gotta put my mask. And I'm like, you know, okay, because I ain't supposed to say, you know, you're supposed to. So I'm like, okay. But then I guess she could tell from my reaction I wasn't bothered. And she was like, don't worry. I took the jab. Okay, we gotta be careful. Don't worry, I took the jab. I got all my jabs. And I've also had it. She named it. You know what I mean? And I had it and I got over it. But my smell and my taste is still not all the way back. And I've heard others say that. So she's literally like, yeah. And she started describing how she can't smell anything or taste anything, and making jokes with the people saying, does it smell in this house? Because I can't smell anything or that, you know. So I've heard others say that. And I used to wonder when they say that, I'm like, why is everybody, I'm like, is they imagining this? That they can't smell or taste anything? You know, because I don't, what their reality don't exist to me. You understand that? Like, I'm literally never been locked in, and I'm the one who should have everything, because I'm the one who having people while everybody's scared and distancing. Y'all ain't tell you they in my car. They trying to get in the front seat. They in breathing distance. They all over. Everything, even after they took it, when they said the stuff is shed off you and all that, even then. So I'm like, I was battling with that, you know, not diminishing what people saying they got. So what happened was, when she started saying all of that, guys, what happened is the Most High told me, he said, I said, so is this real, y'all? Like, are these people really getting something? And you're not getting it because you're covered. It don't exist to you. You haven't given it power. So whatever they're getting, but it don't exist to you. And I said, wow, it don't exist. So they are getting sick. Because I've had people say it with their families. My little baby had it, a little white guy getting it, like my 4-year-old had it, and she was so sick with the hospital, and then I had it, and then this and that, and we all fighting it, and we better now, and I'm like, man, why is everybody, what's wrong with me? Why I ain't getting nothing? He said, because you're covered.
Psalm 91, Uncle, Psalm 91. Only with your eyes will you see the reward of the wicked. These people, they may be sweet and nice and kind, having good mannerisms and everything like that.
But they don't.
But unless you are born again, you know what I mean?
You're not covered. You still have the fear.
Period.
You're still scared of the world.
I know this. I know people. I for almost a year, I was able to say, I don't know nobody that got it. This is made up. And then I started to know people that got it. But the people that I know live a specific lifestyle, alphabet. You know what I mean? Both of the people that I know got it, both of them. One is a woman, I call her the godfather of Harlem or whatever. She was one that got it. Then another woman that lives that same lifestyle, she got it. I don't know any righteous people that have even had a cough. Like right now, allergies is the worst thing that happens to me and my children. And we've never, like if we put on a mask, it was only because like the store made us put on a mask. We never wore masks or none of this or nothing.
It's like normal. And it's not to diminish anybody's getting it. And this is what he want me to bring forth. Thank you, Yah. If you have gotten this thing, please don't take offense, anybody. If you have gotten this thing, how did he say it? He said, you need to get right with him. I'm sorry. If you have gotten this thing, check your walk. Some people think they're at a place that they're not. So if this thing has been able to possess you, it's because there's an opening for it to possess you. So he said, and understand something. I need to do this because I don't want it could look like Yosef. This was before. I didn't find out about Yosef and his family being sick until this morning. So remember the ride that happened when he told me this was the white girl. That was the other day with Yaleen when he gave me all this revelation. So I didn't know until this morning when I was about to go finish the thing when I seen on the other thing that Yosef was getting asked for prayers for his family. So that's not you. I didn't saying that because I found out. This was before that. If I didn't see that, this same thing was going out. So it's not to you, but that's what he told me. I have to relay the message he told me to relay. Okay. So that's what he said. He said, if you have gotten sick, YAHSHAREL, check your relationship with Yah. Check your relationship.
One more thing I did want to add too, I'm sorry. Now, this is supposed to be such a deadly disease, right? There are people that get it and brush it off like the common cold as well.
Thank you.
So I just wanted to put that out there because I hear Uncle, and sometimes we can say things that might get misconstrued. If you do get touched, Judah, we don't die, we multiply. I'm just saying.
That's why he said, that's good, by God. That's why you check your relationship. Because if you get sick, what is going to pull you out? Yah. And that's why when I told, the prayer I said, I'm like, we rebuke it in the name of Yahusha. Do not speak it over you. Do not say you have that thing. You rebuke it. You turn to Yah. You say, I'm an issue of the Most High Yah. You fast. You see what I mean? You let go of that dying flesh and blood because that's probably where you got it from. That's the funny thing that y'all don't realize. You probably got it from that dying flesh that you ingested. And I ain't talking to you, I'm talking about others. Oh, I don't know, whoever guy is to hear, let him hear. Okay? You probably got it. So what he instructed, fast from the dying flesh and blood, eat, his water and fruits and vegetables, and let your body and ruach and heal yourself. That's where he said, check your relationship. That's what it means. You left an opening for that demon to get in, because it's a demon. Remember, all sicknesses are demons. So if you've gotten it, there's an opening. Y'all saying, check yourself. Close the opening. Find where you got a house, you got rats or ants coming in, you got a draft coming in. What are you going to do? Find the opening so you can seal it. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. It's the last word, and that's it. He said, tell, and I'll a separate lesson, but I need to put it in because I need, like I already said, get everything off the paper besides just the last scripture, and it's right at the bottom in big words. So now this whole lesson complete, Ari, I did it. So the last thing he wanted me to say is to my nephew, thoughts, camera, action. He wants me to tell you to be very careful, Aki. Be careful, because your channel is more important than you can ever know to his children. They just gave it back. I know you're a fearless warrior. I love it. You are so relentless. He literally, I told Yarlene, when I said, he got the channel back. She said, he did? I said, yes, they let it back. They let it right. So I'm so excited, right? She said, yeah. I said, guess what? She said, what? I said, the first thing he did was came back and make a video about GOCC. I said, Ak is crazy. I love him though. That is young Joshua. I love you, Ak, for it. I get it. I get the strength. I love it. I always loved it when you was going at the other nations, when they shut you down before. So y'all don't know they shut him down before. 2 years ago. So y'all don't know. See, I've been knowing this before y'all. I downloaded every video he had, maybe hundreds at that time, all to my hard drive, because I didn't think he was ever coming back. So I got it all downloaded. But then they brought him back I think they shut him down for like a month. And they brought him back. And I didn't have access to him to tell him, leave them alone. It's the other people he was going at that made him shut him down. So now they shut him down because GOCC did it. They snitched on him, like he said. But you know what? Our young Joshua came back and he's so crazy. Ak is crazy. I love it. I love Ak, you to be. It's like, he's a beast. Ak comes back after this whole long, I don't know, they shut him down for like a week. The first video he come back, first he put one video up there, I think it says something about, I didn't watch it, like he had his picture on there, he getting buffed too, he getting diesel. I said, I'm working out, he getting diesel. And then the next one was Elder Carr face on the thumb. I said, what are you doing? I'm like, they just gave you the channel back. And he don't care. He went right back. And then I just did another one. Now this is where, and I meant to tell him then, y'all don't even know. In the last video, and I'm gonna show y'all, in the one where I said, whatever, I'll put it up on the screen when I'm do this video. In this video right here, okay, I edited out, my throat is hurting. I edited out the part where I said to him back in 2020, that's the video, that video where I put, this was made in October 2020, that video. I said to him in that video, thoughts, camera, action, please stop. I said it, I've edited it out. I took it out because I didn't want him to get offended. This is before they shut his channel. Listen to this, guys. I took it out. And I said, yeah, I don't want him to get offended. I'll wait later and send him a separate email. I uploaded the video. The next day, they what's the name of his channel? Right when I took it out and upload the video, the next day they took his channel. And I'm like, y'all's like, yeah, remember I tell you, when I tell you to do, put it out. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, I took it out because I didn't want to offend. Remember, I don't be wanting to offend people. So now you tell me to say it. Yes, we got to keep him prayed up and covered. Aki, please listen. Your channel is more important. You already exposed him. You did it. And the people in the comments say, no, he need to keep exposing, because some people are telling him in the comments. Some people like, fall back. We got it. We got the message. Keep making your visit, bringing the history. Keep feeding the children. We are eating from you. Please fall back. They're going to end your channel. Then you got people coming. He don't need to fall back. They put scriptures. He's supposed to expose them. Yeah, you're doing all this. What's going to happen when they take his channel? Tough guys in the thing talking about keep going, keep exposing them. They're going to take his channel for good. Then what? You're going to move on to the next platform, ain't you? And I'm not saying all of y'all have it from a malicious point, but we're called to be wise. We're not called to be foolish. So that's why he have elders, and that's who I am. So I'm telling, praise Yah, I'm telling my wisdom, we love you. We need your channel. The children need your channel. They need the wisdom, the history. When you do the thing you just put up, and that's why y'all said, say it, tell it, do it, scream it now. And I'm gonna do a separate video to him, and I'm gonna tell it so he can get to see it. You get it? Because he ain't watching all this. I know he ain't got time. He's doing too many videos, be watching our 4-hour videos. You know what I mean? He might watch a little, but I'm gonna make a separate video to him, thoughts, camera, action, so he gonna watch it. Because y'all told me to. So anyway, he said, ooh, my throat. I lost the train.
Where's your water?
What you say? Thank you.
Some water.
Your channel. It hurt to even swallow. I'm gonna finish so I don't lose my voice. I'm gonna have to talk softer, guys. It's hurting bad. This is how much I love y'all. Yeah, I didn't even know last time when I did, I was hurting when I hung up from this. Everything hurting. Your channel is important. The children need your history, they need you. Your point is taken. Oh, thank you, y'all, for bringing it back. One of the last videos he posted, I'm gonna get closer to the mic because I want y'all to make sure y'all hear me. One of the last videos he posted, it was about the jab juice. He titled it, he put the name of it in the title, which is all no-nos. We all know you gotta speak as you can. He put the name of it in the title, he put all that, and then he posted a video and the people was exposing, which was a very good video with the dude exposing that dude about it. But it's at the detriment of his channel. Aki, please listen. You have to protect your channel. It's more important for you to continue to pour into the children. They need you. You are a valiant soldier. You won the war, Ak. We got it. Whenever you're going to say something about that jab juice and all that, put it on the other smaller channel you got. Preserve Thoughts, Camera, Action channel for teaching. All the other exposing, put it on Extended Thoughts, and I think you got another backup channel. And just send the traffic to it. But we need Thoughts, Camera, Action, Aki. All right? You don't know how important it is to all of us. 2 years ago, I was hurt when they took your channel. You didn't know me. You didn't know 2 years later you was going to meet Uncle Yahshua. You didn't have no idea. I didn't know I was going to ever meet you, but it hurt me. And I downloaded all. I'll show it one day on my screen. I'll show y'all I got all whole Thoughts, Camera, Action folder with hundreds and hundreds of videos downloaded because I thought it was gone. And I was going to need to show the people. That's how the people awaken. You can learn people our history. It's so much. So he's telling me, and I'm gonna have to end. He's telling me to tell you, please listen. You're so important. Put it on the other channel. And if everybody love him,
then y'all would be saying the same thing. Y'all want him to see him lose his channel for your entertainment, trying to expose these unrepentant people and demons, the other ones he be exposing. So with that being said, I have to end y'all because it's hurt. My throat is hurting so bad. I'm probably gonna lose my voice for a couple of days, I can tell. It's gonna need to heal. But good thing in Bible study ain't till next week. Man, it hurts. So now y'all can see I wouldn't have got to be able to do the lesson. That's how you see Yah again. Remember I told y'all, I said, Yah said, it's okay, my son, you completed what I need you to do the lesson next week. I wouldn't have been able to. There's no way. I can barely talk now. It hurts when I'm talking.
I just want to interject this before I sign off for the night. We know that judgment starts at the house of YAHSHAREL first. Therefore, we're going to start seeing what's in the dark come to the light. You're going to start seeing a lot of your so-called Black elitists start getting exposed. And then the end is going to be right there afterwards, because that's when the Gentile nations is getting ready to start being judged.
Praise Yah. Praise Yah. Praise Yah. My voice is going away, guys. It's leaving. It's probably going to be gone for a couple of days. Could somebody pray us out and then say somebody pray us out and then say goodbye to all to the nation, and then we'll end it.
I cannot.
Thank you.
Our Father, who is in heaven, set apart be your name. Let your kingdom come and let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us each day as our daily bread, and forgive us of our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into trial, but deliver us from the evil one. For yours is the reign and the power and the esteem now and forever. Amen. Heavenly Father, Yah, I thank you so much for allowing us all to come together to assemble in your name and to fight the good fight and to continue learning and enduring. I pray that you continue to keep us diligently and fervently seeking your face and staying in your word, so that we are not distracted or dismayed by the cares of this world or of the evil things that are right around the corner. You tell us that if we just focus on you, that everything will be added unto us, and we have to believe that. We do not want to be counted as a wicked servant who did not use their time wisely and who did not do what he or her was assigned to do, he or she. I thank you so much for giving us our Uncle Yeshua, our elder, who is doing your will by herding your flock, your lost sheep, to help us continue to stay in one accord and to expose the lies and the deceptions, and to walk in right standing, right ruling, and in truth. I pray that you please uplift him, Yah, and that you recover and heal his voice in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach, that he is able to continue to perform your work. I pray that you please continue to heal all of the Mishpaka, the family, the brothers and sisters scattered to the four corners of the earth, Yah, that we can continue to do what we have been called out to do, to fulfill our purpose. I pray that there be more laborers, true laborers, because your word says the flock, the laborers are few, but the I can't even think of the word right now.
But the laborers are few.
Yeah. Yes, that. And I just pray that we continue to have laborers. I pray that you continue to use me to keep my hands busy, because I know that you put on me that I have been complacent. I have let complacency get in the way, and that I have been somewhat idle, but I have to stay busy in you and to serve you, so that I can make sure that I am protected and that I have a covering over me. Again, we love you so much, and we thank you for all that you do for us every single day, for waking us up, for feeding us, for giving us the shelter. It's just, we are beyond blessed. And right now is the time to continue to fight for you every way possible. I pray that no demon of fear or anxiety or worry or stress or any of the like, any sickness, that I pray that all these be dispelled, that they be casted away far from us, because they have no authority over us. We are healed by Yahusha's stripes, and everything that we take on, we can cast it to you, because you've already, we can't see it in the physical, but we've already been healed. We've already overcome it. And we have to walk in this and know this. And with that being said, I thank you so much for life. And I pray that you continue to sustain us. In Yahushua HaMashiach's name, we praise you and we say hallelujah. Amen.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Thank you, saints, for coming back another week. And I apologize for us not getting to the word, but because it was going to be good. This lesson might not have been as entertaining as the others, but he just needed some instructions, I guess, on this lesson, you know. And it would have been entertaining if I would have been able to get to that word. It would have been on fire, but it's okay. The fire will be back next week.
Just want to pray.
And it was on fire.
Praise God.
I just want to pray for you. I feel in my spirit that we're going to bind up this demon that's constantly, because this is the second time you tried to attack your voice. We don't agree with it. We're not in covenant with it. It's no longer able to hit you anymore. Because when you're doing the Most High's work, it's going to not prevail against you. I bind it up in heaven. I bind it up here in this earth. I speak life continuously through you, and that you continue to speak his word, and nothing else will come upon you to stop you from giving God's his word, and the Most High and all these other things that try to intercede. I bind it up. And that's all I have to say in the most sure name. Hallelujah to you and amen.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Okay, saints. If someone else got something to say, we can say goodbye to everybody.
I would like to just, around the clock, family, let us keep our elder covered. Okay, we all don't have each other's information and things of that nature. So right now, just for right now, I'm asking that when you guys remember on the hour, every hour, this week, continue to keep him lifted up. This was on time. I dreamt this in my sleep, that I was on the phone with him and he said, don't forget, we got Bible study at 8 o'clock tonight. There's no need for apology. Everything went forward as it was supposed to. And we thank you. Family, we got to keep our elder covered. That is our responsibility.
That is correct.
Praise Yah. Praise Yah. I receive that. I love you all, family. May Yah bless and cover all of you this week. And if anybody need me, just call, reach out. I'm here for all of you. I love you all worldwide. We love you all. Mashiach Simzi loves you all. Say bye to everybody, guys.
Bye. Love you all. Come home.
Bye. We love y'all. Wake up and come home.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, everyone.
Bible study every Tuesday, 8 p.m. We having a Zoom Bible study. I'm gonna put email me for the link. Subscribe to my nephew Dodge Camera Action.
I'm a lion of the tribe of Judah. Say it again. You are the precious, chosen people of the Most High.
watching our videos, and we will see you in the next video.
And we'll see you in the next video. So like and subscribe.
Our channel.
Yeah.
We are the true Hebrews, the true and real Israelites. We are the true ones that fulfill Bible prophecy and scripture.